Alright, well, guys, what happened last time? It's been,
I
what,
have
2 weeks?
no
3 weeks
clue.
now?
I think I fucked somebody in a dream.
You did.
I remember that. Me touching the man's nuts didn't work.
It did not.
I didn't think it was going to, but you know, it was worth a shot. Got paid for it. That was 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't remember. Killed the troll. Got
You
the
did.
bear
You
for the
guys
girl.
fucking kicked the troll's ass. Like, I don't think anyone was really hurt, right?
No, I don't think anybody really took any massive amounts of damage.
I don't think he hit any of us, and then we killed him.
No, he hit Charlie. I think Charlie lost his temporary hit points. I think that was it.
I had so many temporary
Oh
points.
yeah, because you
It didn't-
had
didn't
you
go
had
into my
temporary hit
actual-
points, and you had like buffer that I just said just throw it into your temporary, because yeah,
I had like 15 or 16 or something.
it's something stupid, yeah. Well, today is a new day. You guys, yeah, last time had dinner with Otto Lothran and the village of Bexley. You were honored guests because you went out with Han and Lei and fought the, or you got dinner. You went and like killed a moose and a bear and brought it back for dinner. Then you guys, yeah, basically just kind of hung out, went to sleep. Grognak had some more interesting dreams. In this dream, oh, actually, from the dream he had the first time when he was drunk and passed out in the tavern, he had a dream of a woman who basically told him to embrace him and that he would feel stronger. And he did feel stronger, actually, after he arose from his drunken slumber and from the dream. And when he went into the Strong Hall for dinner, he actually saw the real woman that had appeared to him. Her name is Jasmine Lothran, Otto Lothran's wife. And during dinner was communicating with him telepathically, questioning whether or not he had felt stronger yet and if he is interested in gaining more power. You guys went to sleep in the tavern that night, or at the Mighty Steed that evening. And Grognak had another dream. This time she opened herself up for, I guess we'll call it additional embrace. Lover's embrace. Sort of was trying to persuade Grognak, basically saying... Yeah, right. No, that's a Skyrim perk, actually.
Yeah.
It's Fallout 4 too, isn't it?
No,
It's both Bethesda, so...
Yeah.
But, so basically he was like, no, I can't, I've got a wife. She's like, you can't really, like, commit infidelity in a dream. It's just a dream, it's okay. And he was like, fine, fuck it. And, yeah, and then felt pretty good in his dream. Woke up, you guys went went back to the troll cave with, who was it? Were you with General Huxtable, or were you with Han and Lei?
Huxtable.
Huxtable, alright, yes. General Huxtable Livermore. So, you guys went, kicked the shit out of a troll. Grognak found his deck of playing cards that was apparently not stolen by Mordai, even though he thought it was. And you are currently traveling on your way back through the forest, coming up to the break line of the trees entering Bexley, when all of a sudden...
Oh God.
Woo! Fight time!
More
your
trolls.
screams
Ah.
in the distance.
Is that a
The
fancy scream?
the clashing sounds of steel on steel. You see smoke billowing up just above the tree line in presumably the area of the town of Bexley. And when you approach, here is the scene you find.
Oh, this is a big place.
Let me guess, the temple's on fire again.
No. No temple on fire. Rather, most of the town basically crumbled and destroyed.
Oh, is that? Oh,
Is that a giant?
General Huxtable runs forward, says, "Hey, no, not the town, mate. We gotta go. Come on!" And he rushes in. Everybody, roll me some initiative. Click on your token first, and then roll initiative on the character sheet.
wow, we're so far away.
Where the heck am I?
We're like all
You guys
down
are
right
all
here.
down at the bottom. So before you move, roll some initiative.
I can't.
I don't know why that took me so long to find initiative.
Fuck, why do I have a 4?
Because you're bad.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I got that nat 20 performance last time.
Yeah, well, I wasn't
That was
here,
last
so
time.
it doesn't count. Haha.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah. That was good.
I'll say.
Mhm. 7 from you. All right, everybody in. Let's get this descending. Borgin, you are the first to react. What's going on?
I'm just running.
All right, you can use your dash as your action.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Which would put me right there.
Borgin, you're able to see the rest of you. If you want to see, roll me a perception check.
Nope.
Let's scale that even further. As you see, yeah, Borgin, you're able to see. The rest of you are kind of obscured by the tree lines so far. That Otto Lothran takes a big swing. Oh, I haven't added this guy's initiative actually. Add a turn. Ooh, good roll.
It's okay. You just won't have a turn this round. That's fine.
No, he'll have a turn this round.
What's his modifier?
It's a -1.
So
To
Mordai and
Dex, you
Angrath should both be above him. Yeah. Mordai should be first. and
no,
Angrath.
because ties are decided by the players or the DM.
I thought it was decided by the modifier.
But I'll be nice and I'll put him below Mordai. You guys will need the help.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Otto Lothar, and he takes out this this medium-sized sword, long sword, double-handed, goes to swing and strike, clashes into this giant stone humanoid-looking structure. And when I say giant, he is just towers above the rest of you. This big, massive stone structure slashes right in. Yeah, you just see him take a big slash. You hear the clatter of metal on stone as well. Angrath, you're seeing this. What do you want to do? Or I guess you're not seeing this. You're just hearing the clamor of what's going on.
So if I fly up, can I see over the trees?
Yes, you can. What's your flight speed? 30 feet? You can fly up to 30 feet in the air.
How high do I need to get to see over the trees?
I'd say 30 feet will do it.
Okay. So I don't get to move forward. I'm just going to fly up there where I'm at.
If
All
you
right.
want to use dash,
You can dash
as
to
your
get an extra
action,
30.
you can move 30 feet in the air forward.
I think I want to do a spell though. So I have a 120-foot range.
Okay.
I fly up, I can shoot him with my spell.
Yeah, so you fly up and you see just this massive stone structure. You are technically at 30 feet in the air above him, but he looks like he's probably 20 feet tall and probably 15 or 20 feet wide as well. This thing is just massive. It's giant. It looks like it's just single-handedly destroyed most of this town itself. Yeah, you're 30 feet up in the air. You're 110 feet away. What do you want to do? And as you're flying up in the air too, you see most of the town not only destroyed, but most of the citizens just kind of thrown against the sides of buildings. You see some of the guards' bodies just strewn across the dirt floor, the dirt ground of this village, just blood dripping out, not moving whatsoever.
So can I do I get a minus to hit him with this far away? Or is it just
Well,
normal?
if the range is up to, what's your range on your spell?
120. So
Yeah,
I don't know
you
if I
can hit
can. I don't know if I can hit him from where I'm at
Let's see. You
without moving
are-
forward.
No, you're right at 125 feet.
Okay.
So you're just 5 feet short.
Yeah. All right. So what else can I do at this point?
You
bonus action? Can I
you
move
can
further?
use your action to dash and move 30 feet forward in the air, or return to the ground, and you can use a bonus action if you have them. So, for example, like some of your support buff bonus actions, like the AC boosts and shit.
Yeah. Which was the AC boost?
So Phil, we'd still be under the effects of the aid spell, right? So we'd still have the extra HP because it lasts for 8 hours, I think.
Oh, would I still have my temporary hit points?
I'm gonna say aid spell. Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah, so you still have the benefit of the
Okay.
aid spell, which was you increased the hit point maximum for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And didn't I just tell you guys just to like write it as temporary so that it wouldn't
Yeah.
fuck with what your true hit points was?
Yeah.
Then yeah, so Mordai, I'm gonna say you still have your temporary hit points too. Then.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Shield of Faith on whoever's in the front. Whoever ran up front there. I don't know. Who that is.
Morgan.
That's me.
Okay.
So that
So
makes
do
me
Shield of-
1921. Oh Jesus.
So I'll do Shield of Faith on him.
21 with your shield. Though.
21 with shield. Yeah. Which I always run on shield.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you've casted your bonus action. That does remove what level? It's a level 1 spell. It does remove one of your spell slots. You have 3 remaining.
Okay. All right.
All right. That will end. You can still move the extra 30 feet if you want to dash forward. Or you can
Yeah.
just kind of hold your
So I gotta
turn.
move 30 feet.
Yeah, wherever you want. You're flying up 30 feet in the air right now, anyways.
So I have 35 if I go whatever. I have 30 or 35.
You have
Can I
30
go
because you're
35?
flying. No, you can't go 35. You can go 30 because you're flying in the air right now. Your
Okay,
flight
all
speed
right,
is
I'll-
30. Your ground movement speed is 35.
All right. And I'll go 30.
Okay.
Where's my? If I can read this. Okay, right there.
If that's where you want to go.
Yep.
All
Well,
right.
my screen's so small when I'm on. I gotta have my screen still blown up to see, and I can't hardly see anything. on my
Yeah.
screen.
All right, Mordai, it's your turn. What do you want to do? You just hear a lot of noise in the distance. You see Angrath. You see Borgin just immediately bolt and start running forward. Angrath is flown up into the air and starts moving up above the tree lines where you can't really see him anymore, unless you're looking like right through some of the small windows of view that are provided through the leaves in the tree in front of you. What would you like to do?
Since my speed says 30, does that mean I can move 30 blocks?
No, you can move 30 feet. Each block represents 5 feet, so you can move 6 blocks, and you can also use dash as your action to move an additional 30.
Okay. So by using my dash, I can't use a spell.
Correct. It would consume your action.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna dash this spell right here.
Okay. All right. Does that end your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So, Mordai, Angrath, and Borgin, you're all able to see pretty much everything that's going on right now. And what you see is this giant, massive bulk of humanoid stone slam down and crush his body on top of Otto, which deals So he just takes his whole body, his foot lifts up from the air, and you can hear the creak of the stone as his joints are moving. And he just slams his massive foot down onto the body of Otto Lothar, and Otto falls back. He needs to make me a saving throw. And he succeeds. Otto's slammed, falls back, and he picks himself up and stands back up, steadies himself, but he's looking incredibly injured. This guy then turns around and takes aim at Hananle. He was the elf that you guys went hunting with, and hits Hananle as well, dealing 7, 12, 18 points of damage to Hananle, as again, he takes his big massive foot and slams it down. Hananle falls over to the side right here and is knocked prone. That will end his turn. Rogar, what do you want to do? You're hearing a lot of commotion going on right now. You're hearing screams, you're hearing clashes of metal and movements of what sounds like boulders on mountains.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dash to there. Is it? There.
Okay.
And that's all I can do. That's all I'll do.
Alright. Hananle is going to stand himself back up. He's going to run back in, looking for a fight, and he's going to take a slash. And so you see Hananle draw his sword. He's got his bow on his back and his quiver of arrows. He draws his sword, slashes his sword into this giant stone structure, and it literally just looks like he's taking a sword to a wall of stone, completely what looks like unaffected from this giant. And that will end his turn. Huxtable is going to run, and he's going to draw his sword as well. Rogar, Angrath, Borgin, and Mordai, give me perception checks.
Perception.
It's fine. I'm getting the battle rules out now so I can hit him when I get there.
Right.
That's right. Angrath, you're able to see that as Huxtable draws his sword off his back, he holds it with two hands, flexes his biceps and his sword up to his body, as all of a sudden his sword starts to kind of create this imbued green look to it. And he's going to take a strike, and that is a hit, dealing 6.
Next Windows notification.
5. Dealing 5 damage, or at least would hit and you'd think would deal damage, but you see as he strikes into this giant stone humanoid creature, the green sort of like wisps off, almost like a liquid or a flame, and slashes in, and you can see Angrath, the kind of imbuement of this magical energy from his sword, sort of rest on the stone structure's body for a second until it fades away, but you do see him kind of take a step back as a little bit of a reaction to what just happened. And that will end Huxtable's turn. Grognak, your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna dash there. Yeah, so right there.
Okay.
And that's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Borgin, you're up.
I'm gonna dash to right there.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. You see Otto again take his sword. He's gonna take a strike, and that is a hit, dealing. All right, so you see Otto take his sword and he slashes across, and again, this stone structure just kind of seems really unaffected by it. But you do, everyone who's in view now sees the hit. Angrath, you are flying 30 feet in the air above the tree. What do you want to do? It's your turn.
I'm going to move, just fly forward up to, right there was my 30. Don't know if I have range. I'll try guiding bolt on him.
Okay. So you cast Guiding Bolt, and that is a hit. How does it look when you cast Guiding Bolt?
It's just this bright light comes out of my fingers and nails him like in the chest.
Yeah, so you cast Guiding Bolt. You've got definite height above him, and just this giant streak of light comes out and across and hits into his body. Go ahead and roll damage. As you deal 11 radiant damage, all of a sudden, everyone else around looking just sees this giant streak of light shoot across the sky from up in the air and hits this stone structure right in the chest. And at this point, everyone roll me perception checks as the light fades then behind as this stone creature is kind of moved back. Okay. Mordai and Rogar, you guys, as this guiding bolt is cast, are just... your entire field of vision is completely obscured with white, radiant light, almost looking like a fire coming across, and it just completely obscures like all of your vision for a moment. Angrath casting it, you're, really able to, not only well direct this attack, but be aware of your surroundings at the same time. And Borgin, you recognize this is, or are able to see pretty clearly as well, as you're more up close to the stone creature now, that as the guiding bolt hits, you see this runic symbol start to light up on its chest in more of like a technicolored tone, in the shape of a circle as well. And that's just kind of brightly shining on his chest now as this radiant blast of light from Angrath just hit him. So the light fades, goes off into the distance as the attack is hit, and when the smoke and dust kind of clears, you see this bright runic symbol on his chest. Angrath, do you do anything else with your turn?
Yeah, do I have any more movement?
Let's see, you moved from
I moved
here to
30.
here. No, you don't.
Okay, alright. That'll be it then. I don't have much else.
Mordai, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna move up to the side right here real quick and then cast a Eldritch Blast.
All right, cast the Eldritch Blast.
You motherfucker, I was gonna move over there.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage as you see this Eldritch Blast just come straight across, flying forward, as it hits, dealing 11 force damage. All right. So you see these two giant beams of radiant light first coming from Angrath, and then just this giant wave of earthly force illuminating almost like a Kamehameha wave coming from Mordai as he successfully hits with an Eldritch Blast. Bright rune still shining now in his chest as this guy turns to General Huxtable. This is a hit. As he takes again his leg, and it sounds like again rocks and boulders clamoring together on a mountain, and just smashes down upon General Huxtable, who falls prone right there. He turns back to Hanenle, who had some resolve to stand back up and run in for a fight. And that is a hit, dealing... Ooh, we got lucky. As he, again, lifts his foot and smashes down upon Hanenle, who, again, falls to the side and is pushed back this way and knocked prone to the ground, bleeding out, looking really, really bad. Rogar, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna dash up to right here.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Hanenle stands himself back up and with all of his might moves in, sword bearing, slashes, hits him in the leg, and part of his blade bites into the ground as he smacks this giant right on like its stone toe. Seems unaffected entirely on his turn. General Huxtable stands himself back up, moves back, draws his bow, takes a strike, and you see lets an arrow fly, and the arrow hits this guy right into the kneecap, and it just pings off to the side. The arrow shatters. Grognak, your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh shit, it's my turn. So, I'm gonna dash up to here. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Borgin, your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run up to right there, and I'm gonna swing.
Go ahead and roll to hit. As you run up, Otto looks to you and says, "About fucking time." Hanenle, standing there, you just saw him take the strike and says, "Oh, see you. Good to see you. We need help." Blood is just dripping from his body. You can see blood coming out of his mouth as well. As that is a critical strike. Roll the damage. Where do you strike him, by the way?
I can't really strike at the rune because he's too tall.
His big toe.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
gonna
just hit his
I'm gonna
foot.
try to hit the same spot that Huxtable hit with his sword.
Okay. Well, Huxtable just hit him in the knee with an arrow.
Wait, with the sword.
Oh! You're talking about when he hit him with the magical sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You do exactly
I know
that.
it's
Was that
one-handed.
one-handed or two-handed?
Yeah, one-handed.
One-handed. Okay. Yeah. You just take this huge, massive cut, and though it doesn't have the same type of effect like Huxtable's sword, that left sort of a magical impression for a moment before it faded when you strike, you do strike it perfectly lined up in that same spot, and you actually chip. You see some of the stone from him just kind of fall out. You do hit. Do you do anything else?
No. I cannot cast any spells because I'm out of spell slots.
All right. Yeah, so Otto's gonna stand up. He's looking pretty rough. And he turns to you and says, "If I don't make it, just get the survivors out."
I will try my best.
He goes in for a strike, takes his sword, smashes, trips as he goes to hit, does actually still hit him into his other stone foot. That ends his turn. Angrath, what do you want to do?
Move. my range? I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on.
Okay. Where are you looking to hit?
Probably in its chest again.
Saving throw. That is a fail. So, you see this giant ball of radiant flame just shoot out. What does Sacred Flame look like when you do it?
It's like a fireball that comes out of my hand.
A fireball that comes out of your hand. So, yeah, you just shoot this massive fiery missile out of your hand that streaks across the sky and deals 8 radiant damage.
Wait, he's a sorcerer now? He does.
Not fireball. Shut up. Sacred Flame. It looks like just a ball.
Looks
of
like a
fire
fire missile.
being thrown
It's like magic
across.
missile, but instead of magic, it's fire.
It's magical fire.
Shut up, Mike.
All right.
So-
Do you do anything else in the turn?
Yeah, for my bonus action, I'm gonna use my whip, which is. I think I got range on it.
No, you were well out of range for your whip.
Oh,
I
is it-
think the
Whip's got
whip
10
is like
foot reach.
it's 30 feet. That's right. Okay.
10 feet for your whip.
10 feet up for the whip?
Yep.
What other bonus actions do I got? Touch, 60 feet.
You do have
Ooh,
2 spell
spiritual
slots
weapon.
remaining as well.
Yeah. So, the spiritual weapon is what? Oh, I can do my spiritual weapon. It's a deal. Oh, let me get back to the page. So I'm going to use that as a bonus.
Okay, so with this, with your bonus action, you are creating a spiritual weapon, and what does it look like? What do you make?
Oh, it's like a floating sword.
Okay, so yeah, you just create this floating sword in the air. You can move it up to 20 feet as well.
It's got 60 range. Is that like, how does that, oh, that's how far away?
That's how far you can. That's how long you, or I guess how far away you can actually cast it. And
Okay.
then, with your following bonus actions, you can choose to move the weapon anywhere you want within 20 feet.
Oh, of
So
myself.
where do you? I guess where do you start with the spiritual weapon? Where do you cast this sword?
Right in front of this creature.
Okay, so you
Like right next to Morgan.
make this little sword right next to Borgin, and you can
Yep.
attack with it as well. On
Yeah.
this turn. So roll a 1d8.
1d8.
And just as a reminder, you've got 1 spell slot left. All right, so you successfully hit and deal 5 damage with the spiritual weapon. And that will end your turn.
And it lasts for a minute, so does it?
Yeah,
Just-
so that's
just-
that's 10 rounds of combat.
Oh, okay.
Woo! Flying
Mordai.
swords.
Your turn.
Oops. Go ahead, move to here.
Okay.
Someone want to mark that for me? Where I'm pointing? Yeah. Alright, thanks. And then I'm gonna fire another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Over the dead guy.
And that is a
Yeah.
hit. Where do you look to strike?
Let's see if I can hit his head.
Okay.
You want me to roll damage?
Yep. That is a hit. Dealing another 11 force damage. As you strike and hit this monstrosity. He's going to turn to Hananle. Ooh, and he misses. So you see his giant foot come to stomp, and Hananle has kind of gotten a little. He's on death's door basically right now. but he's got just enough strength in him that as his giant foot comes and slams down to the ground, he's able to move out of the way. He turns his attention to Otto and lifts his fist up into the air this time with his giant hammer and just goes to thrust it down and hits his own foot, dealing... Yeah, hits his own foot, chips off his little toe on his foot. There's just now like this giant rock that's been broken off sitting next to him. Rogar, your
that's
turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move here and I'm gonna hit it in the back of the knee. No, where's my character sheet? There it is.
You hit him in the back of the knee. Is this two-handed or one-handed?
I'm going two-handed for this guy. For more force.
That is a hit. You hit him in the back of the knee, dealing 7 bludgeoning damage.
It's a giant stone dude. Kind of need 2 hands.
All right. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Hananle steals himself, gets his sword at the ready, goes and strikes. Hit, dealing. So you see Hananle steal himself, blood just dripping all from his body. His armor is completely tattered. He's bruised to hell. And he goes and he takes a strike and chips off a little fleck of stone. General Huxtable pulls an arrow out, notches it, goes and strikes. Ooh, that is good, and deals. Oh my fucking god! So I shit you not, I'm gonna roll this last one and see. Oh fucking god! I wish we were on a camera so I could show you these dice. So his roll to hit was a natural 20. So he gets essentially can roll 2 of his damage dies. Both of them crit. And as you see the arrow fly, he's aiming at this runic chest, or this runic symbol on his chest. You see it fly, and the arrow, as it impacts into this rune, explodes with a little fiery blast into his chest, dealing 26 total damage.
Oh my god! Oh! That's brutal.
Fucking Huxtable.
Did the fire arrow also crit?
Livermore. Yes, the fire arrow crit.
Oh! Whoa!
Grognak, it is your turn. You just saw Hananle just launch and aim at this runic symbol with his arrow and just shot this thing and big fiery explosion. This guy immediately kind of limbers back. Rogar, and almost to the point where you think, I might get crushed here, and then he kind of stands himself back up and goes,
I'm gonna throw a javelin at the rune on his chest.
okay. You throw this javelin at the rune in his chest, and you go and throw, and it just hits right below and pings off, and the javelin snaps as it falls to the ground. Anything else?
Well,
on your turn?
shit. Yeah, I'm a bonus action rage.
Okay, you enter
That
rage.
was his favorite javelin.
That was
As I rage, I'm just gonna scream, "That's my favorite fucking javelin, you dick!"
Okay. Borgin, your turn. What do you want to do?
So with my lay on hands, do I have to use all of my healing on one person, or can I just
No.
split the points up?
No, you can split the points up.
All right. So on a scale of like, how bad is Hananle? Like, if he gets hit again, will he like go down? Like,
Give me an
can I make that just from the way he looks?
give me an insight check.
An insight check. Okay. Insight.
I mean, you just saw him stand back up and just fucking hit this guy. I mean, he's clearly bleeding, but you don't know if he's on death's door or anything.
Just to play it safe, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna use 5. I'm gonna use a lay on hands and give him 5 hit points back from my 15 total.
You use your lay on hands and give him 5 HP back.
And then, would it be a bonus action to try to hit him with my shield?
Yeah, I'll let you do that as an offhanded strike.
Okay, and then
so roll me a just a straight d20.
And then plus my strength, or no?
No, you don't get added shit.
Just 8.
All right, you go to shield bash him. You just slam your shield right up against his stone leg.
All right.
Otto's turn. Otto's just gonna keep fucking going at it. And you see Otto go and he takes his giant big swing with his sword, trips, hits himself into the side, and starts bleeding out a little bit there. A little more than he's been bleeding already. Angrath, your turn.
Alright, I want to move all the way up to here. And I
You're
want to
still
cast
flying 30 feet in the air, by the way.
Yep. Can I touch him? How tall is this guy?
Yeah, you can touch him right there.
Okay. So I want to do inflict wounds at level 2.
Okay, that will be your final spell slot.
Oh, did let me do it at 2.
Alright, that is a hit regardless. I think it does it on the damage.
Yeah, I think it does it on the damage as well.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
As you deal
Oh,
27 necrotic damage. What does inflict wounds look like?
It's just what did I use? It's just like the force of my hand. I just put like in the middle of his chest, and it's just like massive force. There's no basically just a palm to the face kind of thing.
Yeah, so you reach your arm, your long arm down and grasp wherever you can grasp, and each of you around that's kind of looking up for a moment, you just see Angrath's hand turn completely black as black wisps and shadows start to form and create around his hand and just strike into this stone creature. Mordai, it's your turn. What do you want to do? Oh, wait. Actually, before I end your turn, Angrath, do you want to do anything else? You can still use your spiritual weapon if you wish.
Oh yes, I want to use that again. Is that a bonus action?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that again. The D8.
Yep. Go ahead and just roll a d8. And that is a hit. All right. Mordai, your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and move up forward even more. Up to here. And I'm gonna fire another Eldritch Blast.
That is a hit. Roll damage. Damn. Dealing 13 force damage. As again, you just see this giant wave of force, like a Kamehameha wave from Dragon Ball Z, just come forth out of Mordai's put together hands at his wrist. This giant ball forms and shoots forward and smashes this this stone creature. Do you do anything else with your turn?
No, that'd be it.
Okay. So, this guy is going to take a strike. He raises his foot and goes to step down upon Borgin. Borgin, what's your AC?
19. Or 21, he has shield on.
21 with the shield. So it's not good enough. As you take oh dear. As you take what was that again? 22 bludgeoning damage as this
Who's it?
giant foot Borgin lifts up
Okay.
and smashes down upon you.
Did he roll more than a 21 to hit me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I was talking to my dad, so
He's probably got like a +8. It's a
probably.
stone giant.
21 to 30. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, 22 bludgeoning damage. He turns to Hananle and misses. And he looks at Angrath and says, "Slow down." Angrath, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, very good. You start to feel your body like cringe and lock on itself, like you're being like grasped and held in place by forces of nature, even though nothing presently is touching you. And you go into your mind and just sort of build upon this well of strength and understanding of the current situation in front of you. And you are able to sort of shake that feeling off as everything, all the feeling into your body returns. And that will end his turn. Rogar, your turn.
I have a quick question. Did you update my character sheet for the episode I missed?
Like,
Because I'm at 11 hit points.
oh, I'm sorry. No, you should have 36 hit points.
36, so...
So 36 over 20.
temporary?
So it's 28, and then the remainder is temporary. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure I wasn't about to get one shot.
Oh, and remember too that when you take damage, you reduce the temporary hit points first.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hit it again. On that.
So with the temporary hit points, since I took 22, so I would only be, so 36 minus 22 would put me at 14. So then I would just take. Okay, so that's confusing. So I'd only take 12 off of 26 then.
How many
Or is-
temporary hit points did you have?
I had 10.
Yeah. So then you take 12 off of your remaining
Okay.
actual hit points. Rogar, roll me a D4. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. You take your warhammer. You go to swing back. One-handed, two-handed? One-handed.
Two-handed.
Right? Oh, two-handed. That's
Two-handed.
right. You said that last time. So you take your warhammer. You go and you take this. You step really far, and your foot kind of digs itself into the ground. And as you're going to swing forward, you trip to the ground. Warhammer loosens from your grasp, flings forward, and crushes Hananle in the face. Hananle takes the blunt end of this massive warhammer straight to the face, immediately knocks him to the ground, and he is dead. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
How do you feel about that murder, Mike?
Everyone needs a good bit of hurt.
Everyone needs a good bit of murder hobo.
All right. General Huxtable is going to pull an arrow out. Fire. You see this arrow fling and just sail straight past it, nowhere near hitting this thing, despite how massive he is. Grognak, your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move behind him.
Do you have enough movement to get behind him?
35.
Okay.
Yes, I had enough. And then I'm gonna strike him with my great axe.
Okay. It's two-handed, yeah? Or is it
Yeah.
versatile? So it's gonna be two-handed. All right, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Go ahead and roll damage. You swing
You roll a
this giant
d4 too.
great axe And as you're going, you see this giant stone creature kind of start to shift, and it throws you off just as you were going to swing down, and you turn to the side to try and recover where you're gonna miss, and you smash Rogar directly in the chest, dealing 4 slashing damage to Rogar.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to frenzy.
Okay. You've now entered Frenzied Rage. You did that last time too, right?
He just entered rage last time.
No, I mean when they were fighting the troll.
Yeah.
Okay. You're lucky that technically it was a hit on a creature in combat, or your rage would have fallen.
Oops.
Borgin, your turn.
Oh, dang. Honolly's dead. I'm just gonna try to hit this guy again.
Okay. That was a hit. Roll damage. One-handed,
gonna be-
two-handed.
One-handed.
Okay. You're still holding your shield up with the other, then, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice hit. Alright, yeah, you just bury this thing in, and again, I mean, it feels like you're crunching into a wall of rock, so you kind of feel the vibration through the tang and the hilt of your longsword, but you are able to chip some rocks off as well, as he's in some places looking a little more graveled on the exterior than he is just one solid massive stone. Otto is going to stand up and strike, and that is a hit, dealing. Alright. Angrath, your turn.
Do I have a spell slot left, or did I use it all?
You have 1 spell slot left.
Alright, well, I'm going to do inflict wounds on him.
Okay. And that is a hit. Roll damage.
Alright, I'm going to do it at level 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is your remaining level 2 spell slot. That is a nice hit. As, again, you start to see this black kind of smoke form from the hand of Angrath as he grasps onto this giant, again, this giant stone creature. And black starts to permeate through the body, and you start to see it go seeping all the way to the rune, and the rune kind of starts to flicker and dim slightly and then illuminate itself again. Yeah, that was a good one, dealing 16 necrotic damage.
And then I'll do my magical weapon again.
Alright, go ahead and roll a d8.
So are those d8s to do damage, or are those just to hit?
Those are damage.
Doesn't he have to roll to hit?
Yeah, actually, but I haven't done it so far, because I'm done.
And if you were to roll to hit,
oh,
you
on
could
a
just
hit,
click
yeah.
on his spiritual weapon.
Yeah, well, I gave you some
Well-
free ones. This is a tough fight. Moving forward, though, your party has ruined it for you. You have to roll to hit every time. Alright, Mordai, your turn.
Yep. I'm gonna move up to here
Okay.
and cast another Ochi's Blast.
That is a hit. Roll damage. Alright, as again, he clasps his hands together and pushes forth, and a beam of energy goes and smashes the stone golem. That light starting to flicker again a little bit as some of the, I guess, gravel that was created around his body from where he's been hit with these steel objects so many times is like just kind of blown away, and you can still see there's massive stone on the inside, but you just remove the gravel in addition to sort of knocking him back momentarily. He is going to turn around. Actually, he's going to do this first. Oh, and by the way, hang on. It's too late at this point now, but no, actually, it's not. It's fine. All right. Yeah, he's going to turn around. Take a strike at Rogar. What's your AC?
17.
Doesn't matter. It's a hit. Ooh. Turns around, lifts his giant foot, smashes it down onto your body, dealing 22 bludgeoning damage. You still up? You still good?
Yeah.
All right. He's going to turn to Grognak the same. He's already facing that direction now. What's your AC, Grognak?
14.
Ooh, definitely not good enough then. This one's not as bad, though. Lifts the other foot, smashes it down onto you as well, dealing 15 bludgeoning damage.
15 or 13?
15, 1-5.
You're raging though, right, Corey?
Yeah.
So it's
I
half.
take half.
Yep. So because of the bludgeoning damage, you take half. Yep. All right. That will end his turn. Rogar, your turn.
Did my Warhammer bounce off the other dude's face and land close enough I can pick it up without moving?
Yeah, I'd say it's laying like right there.
I'm gonna pick it up and try and hit the giant again.
Okay. You can
And I miss.
pick it up. However, that consumes your action, so it doesn't matter. that
Oh
you missed
yeah, it
anyways.
does.
Anything else for the turn, though?
No.
Okay. Huxtable's turn. He's gonna just fire off another arrow. No one's telling him what to do. Ooh, close. Borgin. He launches this, and just right on the outside of your right ear, you hear a right before you see this arrow bury itself into the dirt between the legs of this stone creature.
Oh, I could have had an arrow in the back of the head.
Grognak, your turn.
I'm gonna strike him with my great axe. Well, attempt to strike him with my great axe.
All right, two-handed, yeah. Oh yeah, it's a two-handed weapon. All right, that is a hit. Roll damage. Dealing 8 slashing damage, and again, it's
Plus the extra damage from my rage.
yes,
So
you
it'd
get the
be
rage bonus is +2, so it's 10 slashing damages. Again, it feels like you're just kind of smashing into a stone wall. Like it's got a lot of bounce to it. It doesn't really feel like it bites in cleanly like it would like an animal or an actual humanoid creature. But
All right.
you are able to chip some stone out of them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use my bonus action to make a second attack since I'm frenzied.
Okay.
I did not mean to hit that twice.
So we'll go with the 10 the first time. Yeah, you smack right against him, and the hilt of your great axe turns as you hit it, and you smack it on its side rather than striking with the bladed end.
Understandable.
Yeah. Anything else to turn?
Nope, that's done.
Borgin, your turn.
How, like, honest, like, how, I'm gonna make an insight check to see how, like, see if he's looking, like, how worse for wear he's looking.
Give me an insight check with. No, that's fine. Give me an insight check. He's looking pretty beaten down. He's got a, I would say more along where the rune is in his chest. There's sort of a, like, based on the fiery explosion and the penetrating power of the arrow that Huxtable shot, a crack has started to form within his chest that kind of runs a chasm down part of his body. So he's still very much looking menacing and strong. Even the areas where you guys have been chipping away, like if this were a normal, flesh and blood and muscle creature, you would have just hacked and slashed and beaten 1,000 of these guys to death already. You feel like you haven't done nearly as much damage against this thing as you probably should have. But definitely there's a crack chasm that's formed, and you would get the impression that we keep working away at him, might be able to get him. There's probably more effective routes, but he is starting to break.
Would I be able to reach the rune, at least the area that's cracked?
How
With
tall
my
are you?
height.
You're
4'7".
Under 5 feet, yeah. No, not without climbing on him.
I have an idea. What if I use my
Toss the dwarf.
my mage
God.
hand? Would it,
Throwing
be,
people with me.
would it be too heavy to grab out?
I would say Mage Hand would not be able to lift Borgin.
Well, no. Try
We
to
know a
grab,
very big orc that could.
grab the rune with the mage hand.
Oh,
On
you
his
could
chest.
try, yeah.
Yeah.
So would I be able to reach to smack the rune in his chest or no?
Not without climbing him.
Okay, I'm just gonna swing at the
You
same
can
spot
take
then.
a climbing action if you wish.
Nah, actually, yeah, no, I'll do it my next turn.
He's gonna
Okay.
drop you.
So I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you smack into the leg, and again, blade kind of turns as you go to hit, and you just hit him with the long side of your blade rather than actually striking in with the edge. Otto's turn. That's a hit. He's gonna deal. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you guys see Otto take his sword out, and again, he's hacking at one of the legs that he's in front of right there. And he's chipping little by little away at it. Still a lot of massive stone there, though. Angrath, your turn. What do you want to do? You are out of spell slots, by the way. You
Yeah.
can still use cantrips. Cantrips don't require the spell slot, and you still have spiritual weapon up.
Yeah. Most my cantrips don't do. I think I'll just hit with my great axe.
Okay. Where are you hitting him? You're about like 5 to 10 feet above him in the air
Probably-
right now. You can
probably-
choose to lure. You can choose to lower yourself down without taking any penalties, if you wish.
Is he gonna any? Is there any advantage to me being in the air at this point?
No.
Okay, then I'll just lower myself so I can hit him in the chest. Nailed him with that.
Yeah, you
Like-
lower yourself down about 10 feet, 15-ish feet, 10 to 15 feet, and you, just bury your great axe with 2 hands into his chest. Go ahead and roll to hit. All right, you did. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll damage. Dealing 2 slashing damage.
Wait, how do you roll a 0 on the damage?
Oh, that's not possible. Hang on. Something must be up with your sheet.
Yeah.
Angrath. Great axe. Oh, the whole formula got messed up. We're just going to do this. We're just going to delete it and add a new one.
John, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
I call bullshit.
Blame it all on Donovan. His
Sounds
fault.
right.
Tell me what to do. So anything's
Ha!
Go ahead and roll to hit with your great axe again.
okay.
That's a better hit. I'll give you the... Go ahead and roll damage. Critical strike. As you just take this great axe and bury it right into the rune, you start to see this chasm crack a little more. You can also strike with your spiritual weapon if you wish.
Yeah. So how do I get a roll to hit with that?
Just
Go
click
ahead and
on
roll
spiritual weapon.
Yeah, just click spiritual weapon.
Okay.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
Just get out of
Dealing 6 slashing damage. All right. That's the end of your turn, unless you want to do any more movement.
Angrath, for that, you can click the spiritual weapon word just like you did for the great axe. To you know,
Yeah.
type-
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
I don't have
No,
to go and pick a D8 to roll then. It just auto does it. Oh, okay.
Anything else?
What
on your
I,
turn? You still have a little
No,
movement if you want to take.
That's all.
All right, Mordai, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
Okay.
Okay.
Why doesn't it show up? Roll me. Let's see what your spell bonus is. Mordai. Roll me a D20 plus 5.
Wait, so how would I type that in? Literally just that.
/R space 1d20 plus 5.
1d20. Is there a space between the +5 or?
Nope. That is a critical
Crit.
hit. Roll me 2d10. All right, as you take this just massive little bolt of fire and burst it forward, and it just has this illuminates the entire rune on his chest as it strikes. You see flames start to shoot down and actually illuminate all the cracks in his body, and you can start to see he's a little more broken than he's leading on from the outside now that he's illuminated with fire internally. Fire kind of goes away. The room starts to blink and fade a little bit. Good strike.
Jeez, Mordor's going off.
And it is the
Same ass, courage.
Golem's
Blah.
turn.
What?
I don't know.
First,
Alright,
let's
that'll be
do
the end of my
this.
turn. Unless
Not
there's
good.
something else.
He's going to take a strike at Angrath.
Oh.
Angrath, what is your AC?
18.
With a shield, you're using a great axe though, so you can't get the benefit.
So
of the shield.
16.
So 16,
16.
that is a hit. Dealing. All right, so you see this massive form, and Rogar and Grognak. You see his massive back, his body lean back as he thrusts his body forward to strike you, and he does, dealing 21 bludgeoning damage.
To who?
Turn around.
Take away your temporary hit points first.
Yeah, I got one left. One temporary left.
Out of 21?
I had 22.
No, you
Temporary.
got 22.
Oh, total?
That's with total. Yeah, so you're down
So I
to
got
one
one?
hit point total.
I got one more. Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, and then he's going to turn to Otto Lothran and strike. That is a hit. And you just see his massive foot lift up, plummet, squish Otto Lothran into the ground, and he is dead. And that will end his turn. Rogar, your turn.
I'm gonna try and hit it. And I'm not gonna hit it.
You strike with your warhammer, you bury it in, and the stone is unfazed. Anything else?
Nope.
Huxtable is going to notch another arrow. He's not special. It's not that special. That is a hit. Alright, you see Huxtable take aim, fire true, and strike right into the rune, which flashes again and then starts to dim again.
Where's Otto's wife? She's like a mage that messes with people's mind.
Nope, just Grognecks.
You don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
that.
that's right.
And
Grognak
Grognak.
Out of,
So I'm
out
gonna-
of character. Out of
I'm
character,
going-
I know that.
I'm going to.
You don't see her around though.
Nah.
I'm gonna follow this path that I'm laying out right now
Okay.
to toss the dwarf.
You stepped outside of start range to get to the
Yep.
attack.
What's your AC?
14.
Not good enough. As he barrels his arm around to try and strike you and deals. Oh no.
How much damage do I take?
Oh no. 26 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I had 3 temporary hit points left, and I have max health,
Oh,
so
you're fine then. So
You said
23
26?
Yeah, so it's 23
23.
off of your total hit points. You're out of temporary now. I
So
thought you
from-
were much
That's-
worse off than you were.
Isn't it? Doesn't it get cut in half before it takes away his temporary?
Oh
hit
yeah,
points?
you've got frenzy, rage still, so you've got resistance
It takes
to
10
bludgeoning
off
damage.
his
So
max.
it's a total of 26, which makes it 13. So yeah, you lose your 3 temporary hit points, and you take 10 off of your max, or not off your max,
Cool.
but off your current HP.
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And then
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
run around. You
Strength
run.
roll, right?
Yes. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics.
Yep.
Morgan
I'm not
assist,
contesting this,
okay,
by the way.
Oh.
Where the fuck do you throw him? You throw him wherever you want.
I'm throwing him right at the rune on the chest.
All right. You pick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say while I'm going for him, get your sword ready, you fucking midget.
All right. You grab Borgin up in the air and just like effortlessly, you can almost do it with one hand. Hurl
I shot put him.
up about 15 feet into the air. Well, no, we'll call it 20 actually. And Borgin, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Damn it.
Please make him bounce off the chest.
So, you throw Borgin effortlessly up into the air. Borgin is going, he's reaching to cling on to the neck of this giant creature. And as he clings on, just slips out of his grasp, falls 20 feet to the ground. Roll me 2d6, Borgin.
Oh god.
You know, Don, maybe you shouldn't make such shitty rolls.
Shut up.
Dealing to yourself 10 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Oh, that's great.
Why don't you like more die?
It is your... Well, I guess no, Grognak, you still have a bonus action if you wish, if you can do anything.
I can throw a javelin at him.
Alright, good. I'm going to say no, you can't. 'Cause you
No? Oh shit, I already rolled.
You used, it doesn't matter, I won't take it away from you, but you use two hands to throw Borgin up in the air. You don't have a free hand to make an offhanded strike.
Alright.
Unless you've got a bonus action that allows you to attack. Oh, you can attack twice with your Frenzied Rage, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, well then yeah, you can do the javelin. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Sorry, I kind of forgot for a second. You were still freaking out. Yelling and screaming and crying and moaning. That is a hit.
I want to hit it right in the chest.
And you hit it right in the chest. Borgin, your turn. You just smashed yourself onto the ground. You're picking yourself up now. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast Lay on Hands on myself and heal me for 10 hit points.
You do that. That is your bonus action.
Don't you need a spell slot for that?
Nope.
No,
Lay on
it's
Hands
natural
is
ability
my
for him.
special ability.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alright, so you
So-
use that as your bonus action to heal yourself for 10 HP.
And then I'm going to swing at him.
Okay. You swing and you bite right in, but rather than making any chips, it just feels like you're smashing into a wall of stone, and it pings off the side of wherever you hit him.
Alright.
And Otto is dead. He doesn't get a turn. I assume you're not going to use your movement yet?
Yeah, no.
Alright, Angrath, your turn. What do you want to do? You
So I
are
can
hovering about 15 feet in the air, directly
So
from his chest.
can I disengage to him?
Yes, you can use your action to disengage.
Okay, so I'm gonna move right here and then drop to the ground, I guess.
Okay.
And then I get a bonus action at that point, right?
Yep, you do have a bonus action. Just remember you're out of spell slots.
Yeah, so I'll do my sword there.
Good use of disengage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you use your spiritual weapon. It takes a slash, hits into the stone, but doesn't seem like it. You didn't see any rocks fall to the ground. Are you on the ground now officially?
Yes, I'm officially over there.
Okay. Mordai, your turn. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna go with an Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. That is a hit. Roll damage. So, everyone make me perception checks.
Oh, I was so hoping you were gonna say, so how do you want to do this? I was so happy for a second.
Wait, does that include me?
Yep.
Please say we all see this.
Okay, lag. That's a 9.
Yeah, you all see it. Rogar doesn't see it as well because he's standing behind this guy, but as soon as the Eldritch Blast hits, you see this wave of energy with a little bit of light shine through and illuminate his entire body, which looks like it's gravel bound together at the center, almost as if the rune, which looked like its source of power, is still physically holding his body together. As soon as the light from the Eldritch Blast hits it, you just see cracks and crumbles all throughout his body. It's as if the magic that constructed whatever this creature is, assuming he's not actually humanoid and living, is the only thing holding his body together at this point. And with that, Mordai, do you want to use any movement or a bonus action?
Do I want what?
To use movement or a bonus action.
Okay, so how do I know which of my actions are bonus actions?
It'll say bonus action.
Because I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Well, I think you can use some of your Eldritch Invocations as a bonus action, no?
Well,
Or no?
Eldritch Invocation?
Yeah, you get level 3 bonus stuff. Let me see your character sheet. Oh, and I'm going to move your sheet around real fast. Alright, so you had your Eldritch Blast. Eldritch. Hold on. 1 second. You had your Eldritch Spear. That allows it to be 300 feet. Hang on 1 second. Quit moving on your sheet. I'm trying to take a look at the best. Oh, yeah, we've done that already. The charisma modifier. You got 300 range. Spells, let's see. That's still a thing. You got no slots. No, I don't think you have any possible bonus actions right now.
Okay.
Alright, so does that end your turn then? Or do you want to, you can still use movement if you want.
I'm just gonna move off to right here.
Okay. So,
No, end my turn.
he looks at Borgin. Actually, no, you see the gaze catch you, Mordai. The light in his eyes, actual light, like magical light, targets directly at you, and you hear in your brain, slow down. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Charlie, you there?
Oh, that's where he said Borgin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mordai.
So you want me to do a what throw?
Wisdom
Wisdom.
saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. Alright. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So you hear into your head, slow down, and all of a sudden you feel your body tense up and start to kind of restrict itself. You quick check, you move your arms to see, are you completely paralyzed or can you still kind of move? And you have movement. It feels like you know how sometimes in a dream when you're trying to do something, then you feel like you're fighting through water with weights on to actually do something. That's kind of how it feels right now. It's like you're just incredibly restricted. You're not moving as fluid as you normally would. You have been slowed. What this means is that you cannot use any reactions. Your speed is halved, and you cannot take more than one action or bonus action. You can't take more than one action on a turn, and you can only choose to take an action or a bonus action. The effects last for 1 minute. You can do wisdom saving throws at the end of each of your turns. He's going to then turn to... no, he's just going to step right over here. But he's going to turn his body so that he's not out of the threat range of Rogar. And take a strike.
Does he get the spiritual weapon in his chest?
Spiritual weapon's still there. It's not hitting him. It's just aiming there. He's going to take a strike at Angrath. Angrath, what is your AC without a shield?
16.
Well, no. Did you use you didn't use your battle axe last. You did. I don't know. You can have your shield up if you want. I'll let you, as a reaction, have your shield up to give you 18, which doesn't matter because it still makes it. But I just wanted to give you that little boost, make you feel good before this pain comes. Oh, not as bad as I thought. As he deals 15 bludgeoning damage as he lifts his foot and stomps it down upon you.
Doesn't matter. I don't have any hit points.
Oh, you're
I got
down?
I got one left.
Okay. Angrath is knocked out. He's going to turn towards Borgin. And that is a hit. Dealing 12 bludgeoning damage. That was a kind of a weak
Oh,
one.
thank the Lord.
Still up?
Barely.
Alright. And that is the end of his turn. Rogar, it's your turn.
I can still hit it from here, right?
Yeah, you can hit him.
Or do I have to step forward? Okay, yeah. And I hit it.
You strike it. You don't see any chips of stone come off, though.
Alright, so do I have everything back? All my... Because you gave me a long rest when I wasn't here.
Yeah, you got, like, your racial shit
Yeah.
and your class
And
shit.
I'll do this. It's gonna be...
That's an
up.
action, though. You've used your action to Warhammer.
Oh.
Unless you want to action surge to do it.
Yeah, I was going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is a
DC 12 dex.
saving throw. He's not good at dex, obviously. Doesn't matter. It's an 18. So what's he take on half?
He'll take 3.
All right. As you see this dragon breath fly out of... 1 second. This fiery breath fly out from Rogar. Did that show up for you guys or no?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Cool. I was trying to do that for flavor, but I didn't know if I was just
Definitely.
wasting my time. Yeah, as you strike him for 3 fire damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Huxtable's turn. He's going to notch an arrow. That is a hit. And you see an arrow fly into the rune. The rune again is fading. And flashing and inflating like a dying battery as he is still up. Grognak, your turn.
Corey.
Sorry. Got distracted. I'm gonna move over here and strike at him with my great axe.
Roll to hit, senor. Oh, your rage has dropped. Oh, no. I guess, no, it didn't. I'm sorry. You technically hit him with your javelin. I was
Yeah.
trying to take your rage away from you. All right. Yeah, you strike with your great axe. Unfortunately, you do not hit.
Now I'm gonna use my bonus action and strike again.
Okay.
Damn
Go
it!
ahead and strike again. You do hit him, but you don't see any chips of stone fall off of him.
Well, fuck.
All right, Borgin, your turn. What do you want to do?
So, is the health potion an action or a bonus action?
It's an action.
Okay. Screw it. I'm about to hit. I'm hitting him. No, I'm not.
You strike with your longsword, and it feels like you're just hitting and still into a solid wall of rocks, despite the fact that he looks like he's gravel suspended in the air by magic. Actually, no, I wouldn't say it feels like a solid form of rock. You actually strike through. You would hit normally what would have been there, but since it's all kind of like floating, held together rocks at this point, you slice straight through a seam of air and fly out the other side with your sword. Do you do anything else, though?
I'm gonna try to shield bash him.
Go ahead and shield bash. Give me a d20 plus strength. I guess you don't get the proficiency, but you get the... Well, let me see. I'm going to actually look at the rule. Just because I'm a scrub DM and I don't know how we set it up for Angrath in the past. Offhanded, granted bonus action, no special, blah, blah, blah. Holding in the other hand, I'll call that your shield. You don't add your... Okay, so it's just a d20.
Just D20.
Yep. You don't have the special shit to allow you to add your strength modifier to it. Yeah, you shield bash, and when you hit, you actually see all the rocks actually hit, but they kind of like float back, almost like it's floating on water at this point, and then it just kind of bounces back forward. That will end your turn unless you want to move.
Nope.
All right, Angrath, your turn.
Well, I'm down, so.
Yeah, give me a death saving throw. You can
What are
click-
these, the hit dice? What are those for?
that's on a short rest. You can heal yourself using hit dice.
Oh,
You're down. That is a success, so you can check one of your success boxes.
He's
Takes
down. It means he's resting.
so on 3 successful saving throws, you are stabilized with 1 HP and regain consciousness. If you fail 3 times, you are dead. Or if you roll a natural 20, you are immediately stabilized with 1 HP. If you roll a critical 1, it counts as 2 fails. So right now you've got 1 success. You can check on your character sheet. Mordai, your turn.
does
You
the
are-
spiritual weapon do anything?
That's dropped at this point. That's gone.
So
Okay.
That's just faded into the ether.
And then and then Shield of Faith is dissipated then as well for me.
Yes, because that's a concentration.
since I'm slowed, how do I get out of this slow?
At the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom save. So for now, you can take 1 action or 1 bonus action, and you have half of your speed.
Wait, why am I helping? I was fired.
Alright.
All right, fine. You got your job back. Deputy DM.
Let's do a Electric Blast.
That is a hit. Roll the damage.
Oh, please just die already.
Mordai, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. What is an saving throw? Come right up.
How do you want to kill it? Just kidding.
Perfect. You shoot this Eldritch Blast, and it's just an incredibly beautiful sight as it's continued to be. Burst of energy flows through his target and directly strike against the rune that's still, it's like flashing and dimming and not as consistent as it had been earlier. And finally, as the light fades, you see this rune flicker one last time, fall, as the rock crumbles to the ground.
Bless.
Everybody, with the exception of Mordai, make me a dexterity saving throw.
I swear, if I go down to this, I'm actually gonna be sad.
Grognak with that crit. You do
Can
a
I do a double
backflip to get out of the
backflip?
way. Yes, you do a
A
double
double backflip.
backflip to get out of the way.
I don't.
And you're down. It doesn't matter for
Rockneck
you.
does such good of a backflip. He wasn't doing.
All right, you guys all get out of the way.
Okay.
As this thing
Is anybody
crumbles to
gonna
the
recognize
ground.
that
None of
major
you are
smoke?
hit by rock.
Oh fuck.
Angrath, roll me a death saving throw.
Whoops.
That is another make. You each... I'm going to keep you in your turn order, actually. Stone Downstead. Rogar, it's your turn. It's free action. You're no longer in combat. But for the sake of the life of Angrath, there's my little hint to you moving forward. What do you want to do?
Okay, well, I have nothing that can help Angrath, so I'm going to.
Don't you have healing potions?
Can I tell where, like, is the rune on like a separate stone from all the others I can see?
The rune is just gone now. I mean, it was
Oh,
like
okay.
it was basically carved into his actual chest and then illuminated from magic.
Five.
I know what I want to do, but I'm not going to do it yet, so I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. Huxtable's gonna run over and say, "Oh, holy shit, man! He's not looking good, yeah? Any of you guys, you a doctor? You healing? You know what to do? You got a potion or some magic or something?"
He's talking to me, right?
Oh, I'm gonna look to
Talking to any
Borgin.
of you.
You got anything left?
I got 2 health potions. I'll give it a shot. I'm pretty banged up myself. As there's like blood coming down, like giant stream of blood on the side of my face.
Grognak, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna start looting the body because there's nothing I can do.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check for the one right in front of you. You find... Roll me a d6.
How do you do that again?
Forward
Slash
slash R space 1d6.
There's also a little thing where the arrow is, where you can just click on a little, like, what looks like a D20.
Yeah, I see it, but I don't like using that.
It's right
You
there.
find 5 copper pieces.
Woo!
Borgin, your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna give I'm gonna basically shove a health potion down Angrath's throat. Like,
Alright.
like not shove it, but so where like the health potion liquid's going down his throat.
Okay. Roll me 2d4 plus 2. You watch as you pour this health potion down into Angrath's throat, hoping that this is what will cure him. As you start to see it trickle, you actually see the potion trickle on the outside of his body where, like, his bones have crunched themselves and torn through flesh. So you see this, like, pinkish red, very viscous fluid flow through, starts pouring out the sides where he's got, like, a rib bone cracked and ripped out of his own body. And then it starts to kind of blend it over. You see the ribs start to kind of move back into position. His some of the breakage in his skin and his body starts to kind of meld itself back together alchemically. Angrath, you are stabilized. You have 8 hit points.
Roll a death saving throw just for SNG. See what would happen.
Yeah, just
Roll
in
one.
case this didn't happen, roll one for the hell of it. All right,
Yeah,
you
you-
would have been up anyways. So, all right, you have 8 hit points. You can uncheck your successes on your death saves.
Sure.
We will end the turn order since you guys are all good now.
So,
Okay.
does anybody actually know what the fuck that thing was?
I have no idea. I'm gonna drink a health potion as I say that.
Okay, roll me
Like, I'm drinking-
2d4 plus 2. Give yourself 5 hit points back.
I'm just gonna walk over to Borgin, pat him on the back. You gotta admit though, if you had caught the fucking collar of the thing, we could have done some damage.
Aye, but you know, I'm in some pretty big armor, so it's not surprising that I didn't grab on in time.
I threw you like a pebble.
Okay, yeah, I see that, but I couldn't grab it.
That's your own damn fault.
I'm not saying it's not.
Fuck off. I'm gonna go loot this body over here.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm
I'm
checking
going-
out this hole.
Give me a
I'm gonna
perception
check out Otto.
Yeah.
I guess I'll check out the guard that's next to
Do I have to
Tell me what I find.
Mordai, roll me perception check. Anyone
Yeah,
looting a guard, roll me an investigation check. Grognak,
Oh.
roll me a d4.
Roll you what?
D4.
1d4?
Yep. Mordai, it's pitch black. You see absolutely nothing.
What do you want me to roll
Just
for the
down
guard?
into
You
the Investigation check. You find 3 silver pieces.
Woo!
Rogar, roll me a d6. Find 5 gold pieces.
Fuck you.
And then I rolled an 8.
Roll me a. Oh, on auto.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just looting his corpse.
Yeah. Like no, not like looting, but like see what he had on him.
I'm gonna
touching
loot
him?
his corpse.
You can't. Morgan's got it. Go the fuck back over there.
Hey, get out of here.
You find no money on him. No potions. He's got a sword, but it's pretty banged up and chipped and dinged from smacking it against stone. His clothing is basically entirely ruined. The armor that he had that was actually nicely fitted to his body is just crunched. I mean, not even salvageable at this point. As you take that off and you start looking on, he does have a nice, pretty nice gold band on the ring finger of his left hand. And
I'm just
I'm gonna give that back to his wife.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it and try to find his wife and give it to her.
And he has a letter on him.
Does it say who's it's addressed to?
It says Jasmine
Okay.
on top.
I'm gonna take the gold band and the letter and try to find his wife.
Okay. Go ahead, Rogar, sorry.
Well, you have to have Grass roll money or whatever he found. We're gonna do that first.
Oh yeah, Angrath. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
D4.
You find 3 silver pieces. Meanwhile, though the guards are actually what's represented as dead, it looks like basically the entire town has been wiped out. The only tavern, the Mighty Steed, is still standing, but it's been pretty heavily destroyed. Still standing though. You could still go in and utilize some of the rooms. I'd say of the buildings that are destroyed, it's destroyed the least, to which it's still a standing structure with partial roof. Wilbert's house completely wiped out. His neighbors wiped out. Strongroot Hall is completely caved in from the top. The temple has been
It's on
just
fire.
demolished.
What happened to the priest in the temple?
Dead.
Probably.
Oh, yeah,
And
crushed.
as you walk around, you just see lifeless corpses.
I'm gonna
Two
just
things.
say fuck it and go into the tavern.
Okay.
Two things. One, with this guard, what weapons and armor did he have on?
Armor is completely crunched. Doesn't matter. He had leather armor on though, and he
Okay, well, it
has
does
a
matter.
halberd.
Oh wait a minute.
He has what?
A halberd.
No small dagger or anything like that?
No, he didn't have a small dagger on him.
Okay, well, can I use his halberd to cut strips of his leather armor that I can use later?
Yes, you may.
So there's
give
still
me
rubble
a. What are your special proficiencies?
I have woodcarver's tools, smith's tools, and I have a thieves tool, but I'm not proficient.
Just give me a general int check with advantage, since you're a woodcarver and a blacksmith. You're not particularly proficient in leather, but you know enough about working like with things that would be designed to build
Not
weapons
a
and
roll for that
leather
one.
strips and shit. You'd be fine to kind of get the idea of what you're actually trying to cut and make here. Yeah, I'd say you cut up some strips of leather. Are you wanting to make just all leather strips for like building weapons and shit?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make a wrist strap for my warhammer.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there's enough leather there. You're able to.
That's the second time I've.
You're
thrown
able
it.
to at least get the all the raw strips, basically as much as you need for your warhammer out of that.
So is there still any rubble from the creature lying around?
Yeah, I mean it's just like a pound of gravel,
All right.
or I shouldn't say
Well,
pound, like a ton of
before going-
gravel on the ground.
Before I go into the temple, I want to try and find my javelin, the one that didn't break.
Give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, fuck.
It's under a ton of rubble. Nope, you don't find it.
Fuck. Going to the tavern.
Borgin, roll me a perception check. Who has the bear, by the way? You do, yeah?
What?
Wait, the what?
The bear?
Bear from the Troll's Cave.
Oh yeah, it's me.
Okay. Kind of tough to tell, but you think you see... I mean, you see the body, but it's kind of turned over. It's a small person with a little bit longer hair. Not like a boy's cut, longer hair. Over by where Strongroot Hall used to proudly stand. Woman has her in her arms. She's lifeless.
She's outside. I'm gonna go over and check and see if it's the girl.
I'm looking down the hole.
Rogar, you look down the hole and you see no bottom. It just looks like it goes on
The same
forever,
as
potentially. It's
same
not
as the
it's not
chasm
pitch
in the
black.
temple?
You can see yes, same as the chasm in the temple. Borgin, you go over, you take a closer look, and you find the bodies of Tassila Northtook, and in her arms is her daughter Ruby. Both of them laying lifeless on
Why?
the ground.
one of them.
Grognek, you go into the tavern. What are you looking for? Or looking to do, rather?
Seeing if there's anybody alive.
You walk in. Inside of the tavern's kind of a mess. Basically, where the roof had collapsed would be where like all the tables and the seating were. So you see a lot of stone and wood just kind of shambled around. Tables busted in the force of the damage. And you yell out, and you don't hear any response. You don't see anybody in there, but when you yell out, you don't receive a response.
Is the bar still standing?
Bar is still standing. Yes.
Oh no.
That was
welcome.
tucked far enough back. That the bar was
Trust me,
sort of
I'm
like
redneck.
aligned to kind of like the backside where the stairs would also be to actually go up to your rooms. That is intact. Dusty,
Okay,
really
so
dusty, but
I'm
it's
gonna
intact.
go up the stairs and see if there's anything going on up there.
I'm gonna look for
Rooms
Jasmine.
Rooms look as if you left the way you left them.
Yeah, well that's
Empty
going on.
though?
Either of these two buildings, like, does it look like there's anything like you could salvage from them? or
Crushed, destroyed.
Yeah, they were
they-
just
No one
flattened.
asked. it.
No, that is what I
I'm
said
gonna
though.
go-
They were destroyed.
Can I
yeah.
There's
gonna-
there's like chunks of stone and mud and plaster and stuff that was like used to hold it up. Shingles and sticks and wood and
None of the
hay
contents.
from the roof is down. You're looking for? Give me an investigation check. And then Mordai, what are you doing up there?
I want to see if I can use my thaumaturgy cantrip and see if I can have my voice boom up to 3 times as loud than normal. Just say if there's any survivors.
Yes, you can do that. You use thaumaturgy. Your voice booms incredibly loud. Everyone around can hear you say, "Are there any survivors?" Roll me a perception check.
Perception check. Okay.
You boomed so loud, and you heard your own voice that you actually got a little ringing in your ear for a minute, and can't really hear anything at all besides the ringing shooting through your own head.
Hey, that happens to me in real life.
Do any
Amateur.
of us need to roll? Did we hear anything?
You guys just straight up heard the booming. Your investigation check. Let's see here. What do you find? You find
Fucking dogs, man.
find a bag, a little bag, about the size of a coin purse. You lift it up and you're surprised. It's not coins on the inside, but feels like pebbles or something. Like maybe there's some marbles or some small stones on the inside, but they're rattling together and sounds a little more metallic. You open it up and you find a bag of ball bearings with 1,000 ball bearings on the inside.
Okay. Is that all?
All that kind of seems salvageable. I mean, if you want to
Any
spend
corp-
like hours digging through. Well, you know what? Yeah, if you'd like to spend the next 20 minutes continuing to dig, I'll allow you to do that and roll another investigation check.
Do I see any corpses like poking out of the rubble from that check?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say up front you see. Did you ever meet Wilbert Rogar? I don't think you ever met Wilbert.
No.
All right, you see a man holding a small boy, crushed beneath the weight of his interior wall with the roof debris on top of him. So you see a man and a small boy. What else are you guys doing?
I'm gonna loot the bar for all the booze.
I'm going to look for Otto's wife.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out Bexley's
Investigation, yes.
All right. I'm gonna,
Wait,
I mean,
unless it's,
yeah.
what do I need to roll? Because I'm
What
gonna
are
go
you
get my
trying to do?
food before I get that. I'm
Morgan?
looking for Jasmine, or whatever her name is.
Yeah, you're going into the Strong Root Hall then, I assume, or you're just looking
Bexley
around?
Arms, like some part
Alright,
of it, I'm
okay.
able to go in.
I'm sorry, Morty, say that one more time.
Is Bexley Arms intact enough that I can go in?
How's my cursor?
Try to loot.
Yeah, it was already busted at the top. I mean, the door opens. There is a wall there, but it's pretty open. I mean, most of the walls have been crumbled. You can open the door and go in, though, and look around.
I'm gonna try to loot the place. So
Roll me an investigation check.
investigation. Let's see.
Grognak, you find perfectly intact 2 bottles of fire whiskey. There is still a barrel of mead. It is uncorked, though. The top is off. And you find a small jar labeled moose soup. Glass
Moose.
jar.
Alright, give me a second. This isn't responding for me. Gotta refresh the page.
Mordai, you find intact in there still a longbow, 2 quivers of arrows, and a great axe.
Okay. Yeah. How much great axe damage type can this thing do?
Great axe does 1d12 slashing damage. It's a heavy two-handed weapon.
So am I able to use that?
You're a warlock, tiefling. Let me see. Don't think you would get it from the tiefling side, but I'll look. Let's see. Tiefling proficiencies. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't think he'd be proficient with it.
I don't think so either, but I'm gonna look for him. And you're a warlock. Warlock, here we go. Proficiencies. Nope. You would not be proficient. So you can still use it, you just would not add your proficiency bonus to the attack.
Okay. So I just put it in my equipment.
What are you carrying on you right now, though?
What
kind of
I'm-
weapons do you have?
Okay, no.
As in weapons?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm carrying a hand axe, a light crossbow, dagger. Why is Eldrick Blanson burning hands? Oh, because that's my spellcasting. But do you want to know everything in my equipment?
No. So you don't have any like big weapons on you. You just have a
No.
crossbow and a dagger and hand axes.
Roll 20.
I would
keeps-
say you could bring. Yeah, you could grab the great axe and bring it with you.
What about the longbow?
You wouldn't be proficient with that either.
You wouldn't be proficient with it.
I'm just gonna have my equipment.
No, I'm gonna say you couldn't bring the longbow with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that would kind of. It wouldn't be as much of a strength thing as it would be physically restricting for you to try and move with all of those things.
Okay. So I'm just gonna take the 2 arrows and the great axe.
Okay.
Why are you taking the arrows? You can't use them in a crossbow.
Well, maybe I want to start a business.
You can open businesses in D&D. It's an option.
Charlie, shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be nice?
And well, unless Borgin wants it, but
So it's not letting me add anything to roll 20. It keeps freezing on me.
Have you tried refreshing it?
I just reopened it for the second time.
All right. So are you just trying to add it to like your inventory?
Inventory, yeah, the 2 bottles of fire whiskey and the jug of moose soup.
Okay, I'll just throw that in there for you.
Thanks.
Jasmine, or whatever her name is.
1 second.
And I still, for some reason, have 2 daggers of venom.
Oh, here, I can just delete one. That's fine. And then... Okay. So, did you roll me a perception check?
A what?
Perception,
Perception?
check, yeah. You're looking around for. General glance, you don't see her? Do you want to try and take some time to see like, if you could pick out maybe like what could look like woman's like footprints or like,
Yeah, I'll
try
do
and see if
that.
you can track her. All right, roll me a survival check. You spend some time, I'd say probably about 30-45 minutes ish, and though you do see a lot of like boot marks and impressions into the ground, it looks like you're able to discern that there was a lot of running in panic in the general area, but as you kind of walk like towards the outside of the town, you see some like just impressions in the ground, but it doesn't really tell you whether or not it was a man or a woman, and it doesn't really give you any indication that it was specifically Jasmine Lothran.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna walk over to Borg and just be like, hey, I got some booze from in the bar. You want some?
Oh, that'd be great.
Alright. I'm gonna give him a bottle of fire whiskey.
Just remove one of them for your inventory then. I give you 2.
Yep.
All right.
Can I go through this Arvion's building? Is there
Yeah,
anything-
Erebons, you can go in there. That building's intact, actually.
Oh, can I see what I can find worth of value?
Yeah, you open the door, and it looks empty in there. Not empty as in it's been wiped out, just like there's nobody in there.
Nobody in there? What was that building before? What was in it?
It was just like a general store. It had some weapons and some like general supplies.
And all that stuff's gone?
No, all that stuff's there.
Is there anything useful that I would want to...
I mean, what specifically are you looking for?
Ah, jeez. Like potions and stuff like that? And money? Is there anything in the till?
So you walk in, you walk behind the counter, I'm going to assume. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation, you said?
Yep.
Did not work.
Roll 20 is lagging right now.
Oh, there it goes.
You don't find any potions, but you do find a strong box.
Hey, what?
Like a lockbox,
Strong box.
a strong box.
Oh, okay. Can I open that?
You try to open it, and it's locked.
Can I, like, I don't want to... How big a box is it?
I mean, it's smaller than a chest. You could, like, pick it up. It's made
Okay.
of metal. It's kind of heavier. but it's not like you couldn't pick it up.
Can I smash it open or anything like that?
Roll me an athletics check. Okay, you pick this thing up, you smash it onto whatever hard surface that it doesn't look like is going to break metal. We'll just say you found like a part of the stone floor. Busts part of the stone on the floor, does not break it open. And then you hear, "The hell is going on?" And that is where we will take a break.
God damn it.
Oh.
All right, well, welcome back. We left off, and Angrath was trying to break open the strongbox inside of Erevan's finery. And the last thing you heard is, "The hell is going on over there?" Angrath, rounding the corner is Erevan, a hardy human. He's got mutton chops for facial hair, a little bigger of a build. And he says, "Oh, you're trying to steal my loot, huh? Well, keep your hands off. It's mine. Is that thing still out there destroying the town, or we assume we're safe now if you're in here?"
Can I hear this from outside?
No.
Oh.
I'm just going to say no. You can't.
We destroyed him. He's dead now.
Dead. Well, good. And, what's it look like outside?
The town's destroyed. This is about the only building left standing.
Well, hey, what the hell am I doing talking to you? And he pulls a dagger out. Should cut you like a fish for trying to steal my money. You just leave that where it is, yeah?
So I think I'm just going to.
He has a dagger out. He's holding it at you. As you have the
How far away is he?
strong box. He's right next to you. You just threw this strong box onto the ground. He yelled and came around the corner. And now, now that he kind of remembers, like, oh wait, shit, yeah, you're robbing me, has a dagger pulled on you.
Can I just swing at him?
Oh God.
Sure.
Hopefully I don't die.
Yeah, you can swing at him.
I'm gonna try to hit him with my great axe.
It's like he's
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Anyway, I could hear the commotion and
No.
rush in to help.
Nope, stop being meta. No one can
Yeah,
hear
no.
inside.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oh!
Christ.
Oh! Please tell me you one-shot Arrow.
Yeah, you take one
damn it.
giant big swing, cleanly cut off his head. He is.
Oh!
The murder hobo!
Murder hobos happen. I'm happy.
Wait,
Murder
murder hobo? What did I miss?
You have to watch Dustvale to understand Murder Hobo.
Any
Understandable.
table story.
That's just any like D&D. He just fucking murdered an NPC.
I'd have done the same.
I would have lit him on fire.
I'm gonna say you're leaning more towards the evil category of alignment at this point.
Wait, who's leaning more towards what?
Angrath is more leaning towards the evil alignment category.
Well, I am a demon, so.
He is lawful evil.
No, what are you gonna do, Paladin?
Alright. Yeah, he's dead. I mean, you've just.
I wasn't
you
there,
cut
I
his
can't
head
see
off. You slice his head off. His body falls limp to the side. His head hits the ground and kind of rolls over into a corner into the side of the building.
All right. Well, can I search for a key on him? Or?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Has it been 20 minutes yet?
Yeah.
We just searched the room.
No key on his body.
Uh,
What are you looking for specifically, Rogar?
Just anything that looks like it survived the cave and any personal belongings.
Oh yeah, you're over by Wilbert Stronghand's house, yeah?
Yeah.
So you found him and one of his
Oh, boy.
sons kind of just holding each other dead. Yeah, you search a little more, and I mean, they weren't like a well-off family. They were just a small little farming family. Some things that you find, like a snapped end of a hoe. It's pretty basic, rudimentary tool anyways, but you just find like the snapped wooden handle of it. Beds are kind of caved and crushed in under rock and such. As you spend a little more time going through, once you get towards like the back of the house, roll me a perception check.
At this point, I'm burying bodies and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna
how are you
be
digging up the
looking-
ground?
He's giving me his sword.
I'm probably I'd look for a shovel. If I couldn't find anything, I'd probably just start like.
I'd say as you're looking for Jasmine in Strongheart Hall, you find a shovel.
Okay.
You hear some whimpering, Rogar, coming from a little corner.
Okay. Does it do I have to pull rubble out of the way to get to it, or kind of just...
Yeah, it's not an easy path. There's like the entire back of the house and the chimney all seems to have come down in this one room. It looks like there's like you can see like I'd say you have to move rubble out of the way to get to where he's at. Yeah, spend
Strength
time doing
check?
that. Yeah, give me an athletics check. Roll me a d6. All right, you try to pick up the biggest stone you can find, and as you do that, twinge your back. You lifted your back and not your legs. You weren't remembering the rules of the Silver Shepherd when it comes to lifting big stones. Your back twinges and it drops, and you crush your hands onto another stone, dealing 6 points of bludgeoning damage to yourself. Probably bash up and maybe break a couple fingers in the process.
I really wish that would knock me out, but it doesn't. That'd be
Kinda-
hilarious.
That would have been funny. I was a little nervous that it might have been. How much HP do you have left?
4.
Oh Jesus! All right, you do still hear whimpering though.
I mean, can I try and...
You can try and
Anyway,
move stuff again. Yeah. It's for an athletics check again with your broken, mangled fingers. Yeah.
There we go.
You spend, I'd say, maybe 10 minutes. You're like just kind of moving rock and shifting, and finally you move this one large piece of stone, and you see a small boy laying there. His leg is trapped under a rock. He's kind of bruised up, and he's just laying there whimpering. His eyes are kind of shut. He's got debris and dirt all over him.
We'll kneel down, and he's not gonna get too close because Dragonborn, and not everyone is okay with Dragonborn, and doesn't know the kid. He's gonna look at the kid and ask, "Are you okay, boy?"
The house broke in on itself. I think my leg is broken. I don't know where my dad or Baron is. And he's just like laying there on the ground.
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna help, and I'm gonna try and move rock off his leg.
Okay.
Is it like too big for me to like pick up and move? Can I just lift
Nah,
it
you
and
can
have
move it.
it out, or
Yeah, you just move it.
I don't need to check for it?
Nah, you just move the rock.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll pick it up, toss it aside. Does he say anything or do anything?
As you pick up the rock and move, you see him wince. He like jerks his body and lets out a little bit of like a yip. But he's still alive. He's still there.
Okay. Is there any way for me to get out of the house other than straight past his dead family?
Yeah. You go into the hall. There would have been a room on the other side. We'll call it like right around like here-ish. That's just an open hole. You just go.
Okay, and the temple is like completely flat, right?
Yeah, temple's gone.
Okay. Can I? I'm gonna try and pick him up.
Okay.
He doesn't object or anything.
No, he doesn't object. He yells and winces in pain, but you can pick him up.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna walk out and try and find Borgin.
Okay. You walk out. You see Borgin digging some holes by where Strongheart Hall was, kind of in the center of town, just trying to move some bodies into the holes.
Okay, I'm gonna call it. Borgin,
Aye.
do you have any way to help this boy? His leg is hurt. It's trapped in the rock.
I don't think I have anything at the moment. No, I used all my healing potions. You're gonna have to wait a bit. I can get my healing stuff from the gods back in a little bit. It'll probably be half. It's probably gonna be a little bit, but it'll be there.
Okay. Does
God, sorry.
yeah. No, I'm gonna take him to the inn. Let him lie down.
All right. You just bring him up to like one of the rooms and lay him down in the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where Baron and my dad? Where are they?
Okay. I don't know who they are, boy, but I'll look for them.
Okay. And he turns over and falls unconscious.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Rogar definitely knows that those two in front are his family, but he's not gonna tell him. He's gonna let with the others.
I mean, that's what you're assuming, yeah, is that dad and boy that are dead out front is his
Yeah.
family.
And then Rogar probably seen that. Actually, how far along is Borgin at this point in burying bodies?
We'll say there were probably 20 bodies he scrounged. Oh, we'll call it like 15 bodies that he scrounged up. We'll say he's probably third of the way through at this point. It's taking you only about 45 minutes to get the boy, and between when he found the shovel and started and between when you got the boy and then went and laid him down, we'll call it, yeah, we'll say it was like a third of the way through.
Did I see a shovel at any point, like near the Stronghand house, or
Yeah, I would say that spending some time, you'd find a shovel. They got.
If I hadn't already seen it, had I already seen it up to this point?
I'm gonna say probably past a spade. Whether it was attached to handle, you didn't look that closely. You were looking for more signs of life and shit that's usable to you. But yeah, I'd say you go back, you find a shovel. Handle's a little banged up, but it seems to be intact still.
Yeah. Before I do that, I'm gonna look for our horse and carriage. See if the.
Yeah, when you walk out of the Mighty Steed, you round the corner towards the back, towards the side, where you had left your horse and carriage, which is conveniently enough underneath or along the same side of the building as where the rooms were, which were still standing. Yeah, it's still there. Horses are there. They're incredibly frazzled. Now that it's quiet, you hear them a little more restless when before you maybe had heard them while you were fighting, but you were kind of focused on combat and the clattering of steel against stone and everything that was going on. You weren't much paying attention for your horses.
I just want to make
they're there.
I want to make sure they were still there. Then I will go and grab the spade and I'll help Borg.
Okay. Angrath, what are you doing inside of Erevan's finery now that you just murdered him?
So I'm trying to figure out. Is there
Who's
any
your god again, by the way,
water
Carmen?
skins or food rations in there?
No more water skins. You bought pretty much all the water skins he had. He's
Okay.
got some food rations in there. He's got like general supplies and like weapons and stuff, right? So you find some weapons. You could find some like arrows and crossbow bolts, like a shield, and then you find some like general like adventuring type gear too. So no water skins because you purchased those. You find like a small barrel that says rations written on the box. And then you just find some other like different types of things, right? You find a ladder and a ladder and a lamp and shovel and a hoe and a pickaxe. Some jugs, like some ceramic like pots for holding water and wine and that kind of thing.
Nothing super useful. I guess I could take whatever ration.
You find
Yeah.
some rope in there as well.
Like, I got tons of rope. Yeah, I'll take some rations just so I can have them. And
I'll
I'll
be right back.
You
take that box.
You break open the box and you find a sack in there that's got 3 rations on the inside.
Okay.
That's just like in the general area where like he sees his supplies. The building does go around slightly to the side as well.
Is there there's an upstairs you said, or?
Not an
This way?
upstairs. It just the general shop. There's a wall, the same wall that Erevan had rounded when he was approaching you, anyways. It looks like there's something like you could walk along the side of the building or along the inside around that corner and find a small room back there. It's open air. It's like a studio apartment basically. There's no like wall and door and such.
Oh, okay.
But you find like a bed, like a dresser with some general clothes and things, or you would assume there would be some clothes in there, and you find a small chest by his bed as well.
So I'd like to look through the chest and dresser and so on.
Yeah, chest opens up. Give me an investigation check.
So where'd I go?
See what the D20 gods bless you with. You
Okay.
find just a rug and like a small little like not even like a rug, just like a pelt, like a wolf pelt,
Okay.
and some like paper, like some
Oh, okay.
blank parchment.
All right. It's not like there's much anything useful in here. So I guess I'll grab that chest I was trying to break.
Yeah, you grab the strong box. Grab some
Yeah, I'll take the strong
rations.
box and the rations, and I guess I'll.
Okay, you could add a strong box and 3 rations to your inventory. Mordai, what are you doing right now?
I'm not exactly sure what else there is to do.
I mean, you could
I
just
guess
go rest if you want.
Yeah.
Or you could have
I think-
spent this last time just kind of like trying to rest up. You could roll some hit dice if you'd like to do that.
Just kind of what?
You could roll some hit dice if you need some health. I don't think you took any damage at all, though, did you?
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, you could just do whatever you want.
I'm gonna look at the most intact building and find a bed.
So wait, nobody's found Jasmine yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Grognak doesn't know this, so I guess I'll just start doing whatever.
Yeah, you know that you see the mighty steed and you remember the side of the building where your beds were. That was fine, and then you find Erevan's finery, which was completely intact. Mordai.
Well then, I'm gonna head to everyone's finery and look for a bed.
As you walk up to it, Angrath walks out. He's holding a little solid steel lockbox and has like a sack over his shoulder.
Oh. Hey Andrath. What's that you got there?
It's a box. Can you open this thing? Do you know how to open this? I'll split it with you. 60-40.
Hey, let's see. If I open the box, I get the box.
You can have the box. I'll just split with what's inside of it.
No, I get what's inside the box when I get the box.
Screw you, and I grab the box and fly away.
Okay, I cast thaumaturgy. I don't even know how you say it.
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, and I cause a harmless tremor in the ground for a minute.
he's flying, so it doesn't matter.
That's fine. Harmless tremor immediately happens as soon as Angrath lifts up from the ground. And just as the harmless tremor finishes, you feel a massive tremor in the ground.
Huh.
Everybody, roll me a dexterity saving, or roll me a strength saving throw.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do I get a bonus because I'm not on the ground?
You don't have to roll. You just went off.
good.
Why does Charles roll a natural 20?
Jesus Christ.
I have 0.
Borgin, the continent, from your perspective, shakes so hard you fall over to the ground. You can't maintain your balance. The ground below you tremors and shakes so hard you are thrown to the ground. The hole that was in the ground, where the well used to be, cracks, and a split runs slightly along the side, just faintly, like just real faint. But there is an actual like chasm that sort of is around the edge, like we'll call it north and south of that hole.
Harmless tremor,
Grognak and Rogar, you guys, you feel real wobbly for a moment as the continent is shaking, or again, at least what you're thinking, because the entire earth is shaking beneath your feet. Shortly, like just immediately following this little tremor that you felt before, and you're able to maintain your balance. You fight it out. It only lasts but a few seconds, and then it ends. Mordai, you just stand there, and you kind of think to yourself, actually, like, holy shit, I did that?
I thought it was supposed to be
What the
harmless.
fuck just happened?
And then you see Angrath fly away as well.
As I get him, I'm like, it's called an earthquake, I think? No, wait, why was I think? It's called an earthquake, Grognak. You live in the mountains, or you are in the mountains. You should know what an earthquake is.
We didn't get many of those up there. More avalanches than anything.
Yeah,
Right?
Grognak, this is like the first time you've ever experienced this.
Yeah.
Ever. And you've
Yeah.
lived on this continent your entire life.
First time I've ever felt the earth shaking. I don't know why.
Borgin, you too, actually. You're from this continent. You're from
Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I live underground.
Yeah. This is the first time you've ever felt the earth shake like this.
But I felt it shake before, though, right?
No.
Like, I have experienced... Oh, I've never felt the earth shake before?
Well, I mean,
he would feel the mountain shake due to the mining into it that the
you'd
dwarves
feel, well,
did.
yeah, you would feel like slight little shakes from like mining or explosions that happen near you, like when a big, magical blast of energy, for example, like when Mordai casts his Eldritch Blast, the ground slightly, tremors, but it's like just a little
slight
vibration. You've never felt anything like this. This is like the earth could have just split in two, is what it felt like.
Who cracked the planet?
Maybe that fellow Zane, maybe he's doing something tricky.
Excuse me, that was actually all me.
Right? That's you keep telling yourself that.
You want me to do it again?
You saw what
I'm
he
gonna
did.
walk over to Mordai.
Do you want me to do it again?
I'm just gonna walk over to Mordai and be like, "How about you don't, and I don't shove my fist down your throat."
Do it again, Mordai. You won't.
Alright, I'll do it
You
again.
won't do it.
Alright, I cast the same exact thing again.
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Get the name right, fucker.
Tiny little ground shake, nothing like that. I mean, you barely feel it shake beneath your feet. You don't have to move or anything. It's just like a slight. It's like when he casts. It's weaker than when he casts Eldritch Blast.
See, I told you it wasn't you.
You barely moved a pebble, let alone crack the ground.
But Erevan's Finery's door is open now, Mordai, if you'd like to walk in.
Well, I'm just gonna leave and just go ahead to that door. And when I walk through that door, I'm casting Thaumaturgy again to close the door for me once I go inside the building.
I don't think thaumaturgy does that.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Door closes by itself behind you as you walk in.
Yeah.
So
Probably
doors
stomping
and
your feet
windows.
as you go through. I'm just teasing.
Ooh, somebody is
Um,
pissy.
But yeah, the door does close
Right.
by itself. You walk and you see, I mean, you've been in here, I think, once before while you were here the last couple days. You see some general, like, supplies, some weapons. And then as you walk around behind the counter, you see what used to be Erevan's full body. His head is rolled into a corner. There's blood just everywhere. Blood is dripping, like, well, not dripping, but there's a pool of blood along this headless body. And the stone is cracked along the side by where his feet stand, or where his feet lay.
Am I gonna question of how he's dead in here and there's a stone golem, and for him to come in the building and would have to destroy it?
What's up to
Am
you?
I gonna I'm gonna question that.
How do you question it? Role play it.
I come back out of everyone's finery and ask, "Hey, who killed a hobo?"
I'm still.
What's a hobo?
Andorath? Where'd you go?
Where did Angrath fly off to?
I'm over by the temple.
Okay. Yeah, he probably doesn't hear you. You yell Angrath, and I would say Angrath, he probably... nah. If you're not really, like, paying much attention to it, I'm gonna say you don't hear him, probably.
How far are we through the bodies? Burying.
We'll say you only have 2 left, now that
Okay.
Rogar's been helping you for the last little while.
Okay, and then so I did set down before the fight happened. I'd set down Fenris's body at the edge of the forest. So I'm like, all right, Angra, Rogar, you'd bury those 2. I'm gonna go get my dog.
He just
Phil.
nods. He's digging.
So I'm walking over to
Nope.
get Fenris and then bury Fenris in the forest.
You're gonna bury his body?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't feel like bringing Fenris back to be a zombie dog. Because
Okay.
the corpse would decompose.
I think you should. It'd be awesome.
No, no,
Yeah.
Zombie dog, yes, do it.
no.
If only we had a
Need a
necromancer.
hellhound?
We do. It's called a warlock in this game.
There's an
So
actual
after-
school of necromancy for mages, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Warlock can't bring some... I mean, maybe, but you don't assume Mordai could bring something back from the dead.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Wait.
I'm gonna create another backup character. He's gonna be a wizard. He's gonna do the Skull of Necromancy, and then I'm gonna turn him into a lich.
Is he a level 20 that knows the resurrection spell?
And then resurrection doesn't resurrection change the form of the person or whatever?
No.
Zombie dog.
All right. So after I'm done doing that, after I'm done burying Fenris, I'm gonna walk over to the Mighty Steed and go to a
That would
room.
be true, or that would be polymorph if you wanted to change the form of something.
Well, there's a spell where you. I think it's reanimate dead or something.
Yeah. True resurrection brings you back as if you never died.
I think I can bring back living dead or something. Zombies or something.
But yeah, so you run out, you start yelling who
Dead.
killed the hobo. Nobody
The
really gives you
hobo.
much of a response.
Nobody cares about a freaking hobo.
Well, it's the place I'm gonna sleep. Better be clean.
You're sleeping in the finery? Wow.
After Rogar finishes burying, he is actually going to go into Erevan's because he's seen other people. He assumes everyone in town's dead, so he's loot it.
Yeah, you go into Erevan's finery. Similar scene to what Mordai saw. You walk behind the counter because nobody's in there. You see his body laying headless, lifeless, blood pooled on the floor, cracked stone by his feet.
I think I
And
forgot to
Mordai
say I
is
went
standing
back
in there. Oh no, Mordai left, I'm sorry.
Wait, no, I went back in.
Alright,
I don't think I
then
said
Mordai
that.
is in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look back and forth between Mordai and the body a couple times. Give a disapproving shake of my head, and then look around for some stuff.
I didn't do it. I have magic.
He's just going to shake his head as if he accepts that response. So Rogar is specifically looking for like bolts and books, crossbow bolts, and any books that are there.
Yeah, you find a pouch of 20 crossbow bolts while you're in there. You spend a little time looking. And not up front, you don't find any books. Do you walk around to like where his living area is?
Yeah. With the bolts, can I carry the extra 20?
How many do you have?
Or- I have 17 on me.
Oh yeah, you
Kinda
can.
like
That's
your-
fine. Yeah, it's just like a little pouch that can go in your belt loop.
Okay.
They're pretty light. They're not like massive and cumbersome things.
All right. Yeah. And then for books, go ahead.
Okay, so you do walk around to the living corner, and by his bed you find a nightstand with a book sat upon it. You grab the book and roll me a D2. Flip a coin, see which one it is. You... Oh shit, where'd it go? 1 second. I actually had books for you here. You find The Sultry Tales of Rainia Genevieve.
The lusty Argonian maid.
Mm-hmm. Do you take it or do you leave it?
Oh, I take it.
Oh, alright. There you go then.
Okay.
Alright, you guys doing anything else?
I'm in the mighty steed, resting.
Okay. You just want to
So has anybody gone through the?
I'm also gonna go into the mighty steed and rest.
Okay.
Has anybody gone to the hall yet?
I did.
You
Yeah, the
didn't
hall's
see anything?
basically destroyed.
Okay, I was just gonna see if I could find Jasmine or Jasmine anywhere.
You can look if you want.
All right, so I'm just gonna fly around and look.
Roll me a perception check as you're flying around. That's persuasion.
Oh, sorry.
You wasted the good roll.
I have to do a persuasion check to see if I see someone's perception in my persuasion.
Yeah, it's exactly a good roll.
It's a pile of rubble. Used to be a building. You don't really see
Okay.
anything that stands out, even from an aerial view.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head over to the. Try to get some rest.
Are those things you're looking for,
Yeah.
Rogar?
Yeah, if any of that showed up.
Yeah, you find a coil of 50 feet of rope. You find 1 flask filled with oil. And you find a grappling hook.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
Okay. Add it to your inventory. All right, and then, yeah,
And then-
Mordai, are you gonna just rest on Erevan's bed?
Yeah, I'm just gonna find his bed and just sleep.
You guys are fucking sick, man. All right, so you go to sleep in his bed. Grognak and Borgin are resting in the mighty steed. Angrath, you finish your flight. What do you want to do? And then,
I'm gonna go over to the steed and get some rest over there.
all right, and then you, then Rogar, what are you doing after you collect some things?
I'll head to the mighty steed and rest if there's.
Okay. Each of you go to sleep, get some rest. Rogar, give me a wisdom saving throw as you fall into a slumber. Okay. You sleep peacefully, have a nice dream.
Sweet.
Then you guys awake 8 hours later. It's dusk outside. The sun is just falling beyond the mountains, or I guess falling behind you mountains, facing in the direction of which you'd like to head. You guys are rested, awake. Cart is outside. What do you want to do?
I say we start heading to wherever the fuck it was we were supposed to be heading.
Wellspring Falls.
Yes, that one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So you travel throughout the evening. Let's move you over here. You guys are currently right here. Again, takes about 1 day to move per hex. You can choose to quickly move and go 2 days per hex, but you do risk, like your horse is getting fucking tired and stuff. Though I don't think you guys seem to care much about the NPCs in this world, so you do whatever you'd like. I'm just giving you shit.
So are Mike and I
I'm
still
still
the one
stuck on the murder hobo.
driving?
Yeah, so
We're
we'll do the
definitely
same
still
thing. Rogar and Grognek give me survival checks, and then whoever wants to do checks for food and who's just kind of
Shit.
checking around the area.
So would that be a perception or survival for the food and water?
Food and water is going to be survival. Perception is going to be for just keeping your eyes alert.
So
Grognek would die on his
me and
own.
Angrath would do
We were doing,
survival.
we were doing survival before, yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Your
You're
perception.
doing perception.
Oh, I am? Okay.
All right. So, Rogar, you immediately, it's only been a couple days, despite a lot that's happened so far. You pick back up just as you've been traveling the days and days before, and are able to move easily throughout the evening. It's morning time as you get through a pretty good night's travel. You guys find some food throughout the food and water throughout the evening. You find a small little lake that had seemingly fresh water, didn't look kind of bad. You're able to refill all your water skins. How many total do we have, by the way, now? I think you guys bought some
What
additional
water
ones, right?
skins?
Water skins?
I
Yeah.
have 2, I believe.
I got like 9.
How the hell do you have 9 water skins? There's no way.
I bought a bunch. I got 12 rations, it says. Because I just had 3.
That's
Oh,
fine.
actually, water skins might be only 2. I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
only
so
up to
2
one.
sounds right. Maybe
I was gonna
like
say
9 total you
9?
bought, but I don't think you for yourself bought 9. I think I said there was a limit to your water skins too.
Yeah, I only have 2. Yeah.
All right. Mordai, do you have who? I guess who doesn't have 2 water skins then?
I
I'm not
don't.
I'm not exactly sure what a water skin is. I don't
Well,
have
hold your
it.
water.
Hold your water.
Oh.
I don't have 2.
All right, we're gonna say
Inventory
Borgin
doesn't show
and
a
Mordai
skin.
do not have 2 water skins. You each have 1, which you consume 1 water skin per day. So you.
But they both pass us survival, so we refill
Yeah,
them.
so you're able to refill them. You found a lake to refill. You found some small game to kind of eat. Well, yeah, I'd say you found some small game that you're able to kill and eat and kind of preserve some of your rations. And and nothing really seemed to jump out at you. It's morning time now. You can choose to keep moving if you want, or you can stop and rest. You don't have to rest.
Yeah, we've been resting every night, so Argar would just, naturally pull us into the best camp spot that he could. And assume everyone's okay with taking the.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
I'll do second.
Quick question: was that 50 feet of rope hempen or silk?
Hempen.
I have 2 of those.
Bexley does not have access to luxury items like silk and rope. We should just put an X over that little town now. You guys came through and it was
Gone.
destroyed.
Seems like everywhere we go gets destroyed.
No, Port Pascawa's still alright. It was just the one building. Just the temple kind of burned down in the end.
Gone.
Alright, yeah, so
Who just moved?
you
to the park?
guys...
Why were we moved all the way over there?
Whoa.
Yeah, so you guys, you're doing watches. Whoever's taking first watch, give me a perception check. The rest of you guys are going to sleep. Poor little Fenris did not join you on the journey. You did not wish to have a zombie dog. Your watch goes by uneventfully. It's daytime, so it's, I mean, you'd see absolutely everything. You don't see any passerbyers whatsoever. You see some animals kind of go through. You know, a couple deer trot along. You see some birds and little rabbits and squirrels hop throughout the plains. It is daytime right now. Yes. You stopped in the morning to take rest because you left at night.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, your 4 hours goes by uneventfully, so you can wake up whoever's taking the second watch.
Yep. I'll wake up Morgan, pass the fuck out.
Borgin, you awaken. You do your check. I'll drop my dice. Yeah, and your 4 hour watch goes by uneventfully as well. So, you now have 1 point of exhaustion instead of 2. Grognak, so you still have disadvantage on all ability checks. But your speed is not halved anymore. All of you who have used hit dice, you can get half of them back, and all of your spell slots are refilled, and all of your max HPs are full again.
Well, we did that last time because we got a full rest before we left town.
Yeah.
Filled
We
all
all
that
took a
up.
full rest.
Oh,
before we
that's
left.
true too. All right, well then, yeah, all of your hit dice are full then. If
Wait a
you
minute, we got that full
consider
rest
any-
before leaving town.
Yeah,
so
you're
should
right. So then you have
no
no
exhaustion
exhaustion
points?
Yeah, you're not
Woo!
exhausted anymore. I kind
I'm
of
telling
forgot about
Frenzy.
the full rest. I was just moving.
So,
Yeah,
so
until
then it would be
Frenzy
nighttime,
again.
wouldn't it? Because we would have left in the morning.
It is nighttime now, yes. And your watch went uneventfully. You just kind of sat back, enjoyed the later hours. Well, not quite full later hours of the day. Early to mid-afternoon, we'll call it. We'll call it like, yeah, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're
So,
entering
Phil.
into the second half of the fifth moon at this point now. What's up?
Could we double time it and only move 1 square and then take the rest so then we get our schedule back on track so we're during the day and sleeping during the night?
You could double time it, move 2 squares, and yes, then make it to where. Wait, so say that again. I guess.
So,
let me understand
we
what you're
would-
saying.
We would double time it, but only go half the distance, so we're only taking half the night. So that way we can fix our schedule and start moving during the day again and sleep at night. Be able to
I
do
mean,
that.
you can book it through the night and through the day, and then sleep at night again if you want.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to book it. We can just go at normal time and go through the day, if that's the case. Because if we go all day and all night with double timing, we would almost reach camp now, but our horses would die of exhaustion.
Yeah, you can move at a normal pace through the night and through the next day, so then you can go to sleep at night again.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, you can go ahead and move 2 squares though, because you will.
Well, after we do our survival check.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do yourself. All right. Yeah. You know where you're going. All right. Give me Angrath and Borgin survival. Give me perception. Mordai. Jesus.
Grognak, it's a good thing I'm good at this.
Grognak's sleep at the wheel. No. So what happened was Grognak, he started sipping a little bit on the moose soup, was taking a couple shots of fire whiskey, and he's drunk right now. As he's trying to direct you guys.
Oh, eat a dick.
Rogar, you know exactly where you're going. You're not too worried about it. Angrath and Borgin. Borgin, you find a small little stream. It's enough to fill the water skins, but just enough. You find no food throughout the day or the night. So
Lucky
each
I
of
got
you
them.
consume a ration. You can
Good
use the
thing I
moose
have
soup.
some
I will
sugar.
say the moose soup is enough to feed all of you for 1 day. If you
I
want
will.
to
I will use the moose soup.
Bless.
So we use the ration?
Remove that from my
No.
inventory.
None of us use a ration because we just drink moose soup.
And then
And that moose soup was good.
Mordai's perception is the fucking best.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Frank probably died too. Or he ran away.
Frank can't die. Trust me. I know. I know these things.
Frank is an unkillable object.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not even worry about the perception. You guys fine. Nothing happens. We can like essentially, based on just survival checks, just direct yourselves and stay alive. Just kind of fast travel you to Camp Nile if that's where you want to go.
Yes.
All right. I will still have you do nightly watches though. So go ahead and do your nightly watches.
Oh,
I'll take a watch. Rogar's not.
I'm definitely taking first watch this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grognak.
Grognak, pass the fuck out.
Grognak. No, yep. I was about to say Grognak's going to bed. I will make that happen.
Perception.
You'll make that happen. You're gonna knock out the 8-foot orc.
Sizes and everything. He's stronger than you, I'm pretty sure.
I have
What's your strength?
13.
No.
His is a +6. His is a plus.
His strength's not a +6. His strength is a +4.
Yeah, no, it's his weapon's a +6.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hear anything throughout the night. Don't really see much throughout the night either.
It's a 6 because we didn't light a fire this night. I don't have dark vision.
Okay. Borgen's doing the second watch, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just sucks because he has dark vision and see anything.
Yeah, when you're looking throughout the night, Borgen, don't tend to see anything either.
All right.
However, give me... Oh. The horses start getting restless during your watch.
Something eats my horse. I'm killing you, Don.
It's not your horse, Frank's horse.
Could I make an insight check to see why the horses are spooked? Or would that be a perception check?
No, it wouldn't be perception. I mean, no, you rolled your perception to kind of look around throughout the night, and the biggest thing you notice is that the horses are getting restless.
I'll make an animal's hand. I'm gonna make a hand check to try to calm them down.
Yeah, you can do that. You spend some time with them. It doesn't happen immediately. You can walk up immediately to them and just start trying to calm them, and they don't seem to mind you at all. They don't try to brush you away or try to bite at you or anything. You spend probably about an hour to calm them down, and you do successfully calm them down, and they've very much taken a liking to you. By the time you're kind of getting ready to sit back onto the under the coach, leave him be. We'll say you've given him, actually consume an entire ration, 2 rations to feed your horses for the day. You can take them from whoever wants to give them, but yeah, minus 2 rations for the horses.
I
got a bunch. I'll give one.
How many do you have?
Well,
It was like 12.
I have 20.
I had 17.
I have 20. I would give one.
oh, you guys got more than I got then.
Okay. So Rogar gives one, and then I'll back up to 16. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So yeah, and you feed them, you give them a little bit of water, and then each of them lick your hand as you walk away. And morning comes. You guys can keep moving.
Now for the survival checks.
I feel like when we hit the mountains, we should double time it.
Grognak. Though it is not the Beartooth mountain pass, where'd my fucking cursor go? Here it is.
Corey, you moved the circle. You got the high roll.
You are quite familiar with the Cutstone Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
as you've traveled through these as well. Despite where it's not from, you knew exactly where to go. You know where you're at now. And though you've never been to Camp Nile, based on the map, have a general idea of about how long it's going to take to get there.
I mean, I'd probably
What the
want to
terrain
see
is
it
gonna
from
be
the top
like.
of Beartooth. Because I'm envisioning that the orc stronghold's about there.
Yeah, I'm going to say you don't see it, though. It's still,
Camp Nile's not that big.
It's a
That's
pretty
okay.
small settlement.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair
It's
enough.
not like it's not like it's Eastbourne Kingdom or Strelheim, where these are massive kingdoms.
Fair
It's just a
point.
small little settlement, but you'd
It's
know
just
about
a
where it's
little-
at.
It's a little military outpost. It's not-
More so than anything, you're able to perfectly navigate through the
What, are we
terrain.
double timing it through the mountains? Was
I
that
would.
what we agreed? Okay.
I think we should at least.
And with that roll, I will let you double time without having the encumbrance of difficult terrain as you're trying to get through mountains now. So you've successfully went up about 2/3 of the way through the mountains. You're just following some switchbacks and some. You're staying on like a general form of trail, but you navigate successfully. For perception, nothing happens throughout the day. Survival checks. You find water again. You do not find food. All of you consume a ration each and 2 rations for the horses. Whoever
Okay.
wants to give up horse rations.
Yeah, I will.
Let me know once you start getting down. To
I
about,
think
like,
instead of taking a watch tonight, Grogneck's gonna go out and hunt in the mountains.
Okay. Is Grognak telling everyone that he's going to go hunt in the mountains, or is he offering to take a watch and then he's just going to go hunt?
I'm just gonna not say anything and walk off,
Okay.
Well,
as Grognek will do.
when we stop, if Rogar sees him walking off, he'll Grognak, where are you going?
That's if he sees me, though.
What?
Then again, I'm not exactly trying to hide it.
Yeah, no, you're not trying to hide it. He sees you.
If you're not rolling stealth, then my passive perception is high enough to see you, and I say that.
Alright, I'm just not even gonna look back and be like, going to find food.
Yeah, that's enough for Rogar. He doesn't care.
Keep a fire lit.
you should take someone with you.
Alright, come on, dwarf.
Alright, so be it.
Maybe if you spend more time with me, you'll be less racist.
I'm not
Fuck, dude.
racist. I just don't like orcs. Yes, I understand.
You're
why.
racist.
No, it's not racism. It's more of a generational hate because orcs kill our people. So yeah, it's understandable why I hate orcs.
Mm,
You're just mad because you want to be my friend, and I'm
racist.
not really.
And with that, I'll just keep walking.
Okay. So Rogar, are you taking first watch then?
Yeah, and I lit a fire, and I still didn't see anything.
Do you have a like something to light a fire with?
Yeah, I have a tinderbox in my bag.
Okay. Yeah, you light a fire successfully then. Even with your only roll of 5, nothing jumps out at you during the first 4 hours. Borgin and Rogar, roll me survival checks.
You mean Grognak?
Grognak, sorry. Yeah.
1 second.
1001.
Roger?
Oh, shit. Hold on, I gotta go fix something.
Yeah, you don't really pick up on the tracks of any large game, Borgin.
Alright.
You just kind of spend like a couple hours wandering through the rugged terrain. You do spot. Roll me a perception check.
A direwolf.
Fenris.
No, you
The
spot
ghost of
you spot a mountain goat up along the shelf of one of the mountain peaks, just kind of walking about, stops and looks around every now and then. You're able to kind of like keep an eye on him as you're like out there tracking.
What is it?
It's a mountain goat.
Okay.
Just something cute to look at while you're up in the mountains.
Is it too far for me to? Is it too far for me to do anything about it? Like
Just Grognek see it.
try to kill it?
No, it's I mean, you'd have to move. You'd have to try and move within range to kill it. He's far enough that you couldn't use a bow to shoot him from your distance.
Yeah.
You can choose to move in. Grognek, you can roll me a perception check with
You did
advantage.
You got a 5.
Yeah.
I already
So it's
rolled.
12 with the advantage of Borgin pointing it out to you. I'd say. Yeah, I'd say if he's pointing it out to you, eventually you come around and find it.
Alright, well. Maybe if we move up slowly, I can get a javelin into it.
It's too. We're gonna get too far from camp.
What are you both wearing, by the way?
I'm
My
wearing.
scale mail.
Yeah, I'm wearing. I have disadvantage on saving the stealth checks.
I'm not
with
worried
that.
about stealth checks. I'm just worrying. What are your characters physically wearing?
I think I'm wearing chain.
And just basic clothing.
Yeah.
I have
Uh,
chain, so you probably have chain.
Yeah, I'm wearing chain.
And Grognek, what are you wearing again?
My scale mail.
Okay, and just basic clothes under it.
Yep.
Angrath and Mordai, what are you guys wearing?
I'm wearing robes that are made out of cloth.
I just wear the armor, straight armor.
Each of you, roll me a Constitution check. Those of you by the fire have advantage right now.
Wait,
It's a
roll what?
Constitution check, not a saving throw, just a check.
No.
Oh, did I do the wrong one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
roll
it
the
doesn't
same.
matter anyways, Angrath. I'll give you the 20 because you don't have any like,
Okay.
bonuses
Does
to
mine
it.
matter, or do you need me to roll a different one?
Do you have proficiency in Constitution?
No, I do not.
Oh, then no, it doesn't matter. Angrath, yeah, you're fine. You're just sleeping easily throughout the night.
Mine's a 14. By the
Yours a 14 because what?
you said advantage if you're near the fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you're fine as well. Mordai is fine. Grognak, yeah. You're doing all right. Borgin, you're getting pretty chilled while you're out here. This isn't like the Great Plains flat land moving throughout the day where you've got the warmth of the sun. The moon, actually there would be no moon right now. It's a new moon. It's pretty damn cold outside. Where you're at in the mountains, you're not quite at the peaks where you're snow-capped, but it is also not like midsummer's heat either. You're getting pretty cold.
Alright.
So I guess currently for Grognak and Borgin, what are you guys doing?
Oi, Grognak. It's getting pretty cold. Probably should head back. Let's not worry about
Maybe
Just let
if you're cold, go ahead. I'm gonna go find some food.
I realize that, but you don't need to be going off on your own. You don't know what's
Oh, come on. I know these mountains. Kinda.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying it's better to head back in a group.
Oh, is the dwarf afraid?
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm just concerned.
Well,
Dying up here on
shut your fucking hole. I'm gonna keep going.
Is that a threat?
No, I said shut your hole.
Hey, is that a threat? Are you gonna make me shut my hole?
I just like backhand him.
Okay. You gonna try and dodge out of the way, Borgin?
Yeah.
All right, roll to hit. D20 plus
Strength.
strength or dexterity, whatever's higher, plus proficiency.
Oh, so wait, what?
Either strength or dexterity, whichever's higher for you. It's D20 plus that modifier plus your proficiency
Oh.
bonus. Are you proficient?
Not a strength roll.
Yeah, no. It's your plus strength modifier, so plus 3. So D20 plus 3 plus proficiency.
Plus 2.
He's proficiency with unarmed? Or he's proficient with...
It's an
No,
attack.
I'm not.
It's your fist. So you're proficient with moving your fist to try and hit somebody, or your hand. Yeah.
So in other words, with you as a DM, it's useless to be a monk.
I'm just gonna do 1d20 plus 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna add the 2.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't meet his AC, so you go to hit and Borgin gets out of the way. Well, do you get out of the way, or do you put your shield up?
I put my shield up, see if it breaks a knuckle.
All
Breaks
right,
a finger.
you bang your hand off the shield. It's a little cold. It hurts. Doesn't damage you though.
And then as a reaction to that, to retaliate, I'm gonna try to punch him in the face and knock him out. And
I'm just gonna stand up.
Give me
So just a D20 plus my strength.
Yeah. It's a strength check then.
Just a strength check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you miss. How do you get out of the way, Grognak?
I'm just gonna stand up.
You just take it barrel chested and just
Yup.
don't even fit. All right.
Fine, have it your way. Let's go.
Alright, so we're gonna head back to camp.
All right. You guys walk
Yep.
back on. It's been about 4 hours now. Rogar, you can choose to shift off with somebody else if you want.
Is the 4 hours up before they head back?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Is my shift like the 4 hours? Is it up before they get back?
I'd say when they get back, it's 4 hours.
Okay, well,
We were out
then I
hunting for 4 hours. Okay.
I can take a watch because I've been.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go to sleep.
I'm continuing to sleep. Screw you
yeah,
guys.
I was gonna wake up Angrath anyway. So even though I see, wake him up.
All right.
Why don't you
get
take a
Angrath.
watch tonight?
All right, I'll take a watch.
So is this the one with Camp Nally, or is it?
Yeah.
Nile.
Yep,
It's
nah.
that little hill right there.
It's the hill?
2 squares over to the right. All right. So Angrath, roll me a perception check for your watch tonight. Okay. You notice that the fire starts to die down during your watch. Do you want to go try and find more wood to keep it going?
Yeah, just because it's cold out. So yeah, I'll wander.
Give me a survival
I'll
check.
survival check.
All right, yeah, you find some wood, and you can keep it going throughout the night. Your 4 hours goes by uneventfully. Everyone's gotten a little rest. It's the next morning. So we can go through our little checks there again then.
Survival again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ew.
Aye.
Yikes.
All right. You find no water this day. You do find some food, but no water. You're way up in the top. Lakes and streams have seemed to kind of run dry, at least for the next day's travel. Rogar, you're able to keep everybody online. Keep them moving around. You are successful able to move the next square over, though it was close.
So we use a water skin.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you all have consumed one full
Okay.
water skin with no ability at this point to refill it. And then, yeah, you do find food, though, so you don't have to consume rations. You're able to feed the horses as well. Hunting was a little more successful throughout the day when you can actually see things versus at night when you had even no moonlight to try and guide you. Just your dark vision for those who had it, which actually was both Borgin and Grognak.
I feel like I should have at least
everyone
one
would.
water skin.
You
You
should have
do.
what? I'm sorry?
I feel like I should have at least one water skin.
You do.
You do it. It's in your bag.
Yeah, you have a water skin. It's just empty right now. You're going into the nighttime, and it's completely empty.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You
yeah,
need
you
to do
guys
your
can-
perception though, Mordai.
Oh, yeah.
What we just said, we'll just kind of move it along. I'm not going to worry about shit popping out at you during the day.
I'll take a watch.
Okay.
I need
take
to
first watch.
It's here. So.
I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to call it quits here. I gotta get to bed at least. I gotta get 3 hours of sleep before I gotta work tonight.
Okay. That sounds good.
Just get
Um,
to camp now and we call it
We'll
there.
just assume that, yeah, we'll just assume you guys have camped. Everything was fine. You make it to Camp Nile. And as you guys start to approach, the coach draws near into a small settlement. Houses line up towards the outside of a fortress, shrouded in the veil of the mountains behind it. You guys have made it. Hold on.
To Mike's
Camp
People's
Nile.
Place.
And that is how your story. Oh, whoa, it's very blurry.
And that is where we will end today's session.
It's a big place then.
I thought you said it was just a small camp.
It's a smaller settlement. It looks bigger than it actually is.
Yeah, like this is it.
It has an amphitheater. Come on.
It has a captain's quarters. It's got a training courtyard, hall of
The
diplomacy.
difference, though, is it's a smaller settlement. It's not like
It's got-
tiny like Bexley. Bexley was like a little micro town. This probably has, including the houses around the
Bexley was
outside.
like a village, and then this is actually more of like a town. Then
Yeah, Bexley was more of like a tiny village. This is more just like a settlement, and the town is kind of built up around the outside. I don't really know why. You guys have never even heard of Camp Nile. Rogar's the only person who's even familiar with this place, but he said, hey, we should stop here and trade coaches so we can get Franks back to him. But yeah, probably just quick glance around the number of houses on the outside, and then as you draw near, aren't really able to see the inside yet. But yeah, it's got about a population of like 350 people. And that is where we will call today's session.